Well, very good evening, everyone. As Mr. Drew spins and Vinny sits there like this silent assassin that only Vinnie the Axe can be. Welcome to episode 259 of the Studio Rats Q&A Live. My name's James Ivey.
I'm Paul Drew. And
Vinnie the Axe.
Vinnie the Axe is joining us from the get-go.
Where the hell is Phil? Where the hell is Phil?
Well, I have only just posted the link, to be fair.
Yeah, Vinny got in.
He did. It's been a busy week. It has been a very busy week in audio. And let's start with the sad news. I mean, if you haven't heard, quite frankly, where have you been? He made it to Back to the Beginning, but sadly, we lost the rock and metal legend Ozzy Osbourne yesterday. So I can't think of another family, maybe other than that bonkers lot in California. I can't think of another family that we probably think we all know. Maybe the Simpsons. But, you know, we know the family, don't we, through the TV show?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and the very funny Bo Selector. Is it Bo Selector? I reckon Ozzy must have loved that as well.
Yes. So,
very
you know,
funny.
our hearts go out to Sharon and the family and just,
Absolutely.
you know, along with the rest of the music world. So rest in peace, Ozzy. In fact, I don't think it'll be peaceful at all, to be fair. Quite the opposite. Quite the opposite.
Well done, Ozzy.
Yes, indeed. It has been quite a week of the positive, the negative, and the damn right dirty. Thanks to Mr. Drew. There's some stuff to wade through later on, and I will save my dirt dishing, of which I have much, for later on. There's been plenty of new purchases and acquisitions, especially this side of thing. But that's not how we start the show. We started with Mr. Drew. What have you been up to?
Can you do Vinny first? Because I've got some chocolate in my mouth.
Paul's got a face full of Cadbury's. What have you been up to?
Well, I'm still on the fence about what multi-effects unit I'm going to buy. Every time I watch a video on people going into in menus, I'm like, I don't know if I could do it, man. And then I watched a video on the Electro Harmonix. They have some crazy reverb pedal. It looks like the interfaces from like 20 years ago, and people are pushing buttons and clicking. It sounded cool, but I'm like, I can't do it. So I don't know what I'm doing right now. But I just did a video on putting together a simple pedal board, and I stuck with all one brand. And so I took every jam pedal I have and put it all on the board, wired it up, and then did a little demo of it through the Not So Blues Junior that I have. And I think people liked it. It was well received. And that's about it recently. I have been getting along with the Vega Trem on the Warmoth build.
Cool.
So awesome. I'm actually liking it. After I got past that whole weird spring thing that I was encountering, which I just think with defected springs, I really don't have a problem with that trem. I mean, there is like a little bit of a high timbre with it, but it's fantastic.
Isn't that a weird thing that it does add like a top end sheen to the sound? I wonder actually. I mean, I like it. I like that top end sheen, but I wonder if they could put a bigger block on it. I mean, it's different. It's difficult because they've shaped the block so it gets that pullback.
I wonder, is it adding highs or is it taking lows away in the low end and it makes it sound like that?
That's I've never thought. I didn't think of that. That's a good point. Anyway, shall I tell you what I've been up to?
Please do.
Sorry,
you go.
I think there's a warrant out for your arrest, Paul, by the way.
There's a different, I've don't give my address out to anyone.
Paul's upset the whole of the internet.
Well, not the whole. No. I think this video was much more positive. We're talking about the Silver Sky. Shall I go and get it?
Please do, yeah.
I made a comment on there. I said, I think I heard the whole internet shatter.
So what have we done? Well, it was a black 2018 Silver Sky. I had it stripped. In case anyone hasn't seen the video, I had it stripped and relicked, and I've actually done most of the relicking on it. So I mean, it's likely, it's more likely red. You can see the cracks in it and stuff.
I thought the relicking was very delicate considering what you've got on that black Strat. I thought you were going to go the full Rory Gallagher on it. If I'm honest,
I might do. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. But the back of the neck's been stripped. It's been completely refretted with jumbo frets on it. You've got a newer one, Vin. So has yours got jumbo frets?
Mine has a larger set of frets than the initial batch that came out. So I was worried because I was like, I don't want to really play with those tiny frets, but I bought it for a deal. And then when I got them, like, these frets are not tiny. Then I did some research to find out that they added the larger frets afterwards. So I would say they're like medium jumbo frets, I would gather.
Yeah. And also put a Vega trem on there. The Vega trem is they're so easy to fit.
Let me see if I can
have a look. Yeah, I mean, they're sort of half decent size. They're not quite as big as these. They still.
Is yours an SC or is it a core?
It's a core.
It's a core one.
It's a core.
You could see the radius, huh, on the camera.
Yeah, isn't it? It just shows you how curved that is. Now I haven't changed it. I wonder if I can show. It does look flatter for some reason.
Well, you know why? I'll tell you why. It's the distortion of my camera adds a distortion where yours is probably a better camera and it probably has more of a natural focal length.
Okay, yeah, maybe. Yeah, so
he's talking to what we know about this sort of stuff, Paul.
Yeah, like, so for instance, a 50 millimeter lens on a camera, on a standard camera, film camera, is almost close to what the native eye sees as far as magnification. When you go wider, which is a smaller, when you go like with a wide angle lens, that's when you get that distortion. Well, this is a 24 lens, so and it's probably on a crop sensor. And no, it's full frame. It's full frame. It's full frame. Oh wow! How dare you, Vinny? I'm sorry. I apologize. I came in early. I was here early. Everybody hit the like button. Hit the like button. I gotta
and ring that bell.
So anyway, it's been, you can see it's got some sort of relic cracks. It's with the spray, I put some freeze spray on it, so it cracked it up. The Vega trem is so easy to fit. If anyone wants to change their trem, 15 minutes is all it takes.
Did you hit it with a hairdryer first? I didn't see that in the video.
No. So is that what you're supposed to do first?
Yeah, you hit it with a hairdryer or a heat gun. We got to be careful with the heat gun, hair dryer, and then hit it with the spray because the drastic temperatures will crack it more. You'll get more of a thing. I'm gonna do it some more, I think. A nice color choice, by the way. Oh, great! I was surprised when I saw it. Yeah, Greg hated it. So Greg from what's Greg's channel?
Adventures in Gearland.
Yeah, Adventures in Gearland.
My rock and roll relics was that color, and I really like that color.
Yeah, I like it. It was supposed to be sunburst, but it was a 3-piece. I saw that. It was a 3-piece. Yeah, 3-piece body that had been filled. So it's just like, well, we can't. So
here's the thing. First of all, we'll talk about the controversy or controversy, depending on where you're from, shortly. But who owns that guitar, Paul?
Moi.
So you own it.
I do.
So if you want, in America, which apparently is in the United States, America, you have a tradition, a kind of a thing of modding cars, don't you?
Yeah.
And you keep cars for a really long time, and you mod them, and you upgrade them and all that stuff, right? To me, that's exactly what Paul's done with a guitar. He's taken a guitar that was probably in a pretty bad way, has had some abuse, and has modded it and made it to how he wants it. Like some people might put a Go Faster stripe across a Mustang, or they might put the engine bracing or carbon fiber this, yada yada yada, whatever. I'm pretty sure you're allowed to do what you like to that guitar, Paul.
Well, and this comes from a community that Eddie Van Halen's guitar has a 3-way switch screwed, or 5-way switch screwed inside the cavity with no pickguard. Which, because and my thing is, I always thought that was disgusting. I know it's sacrilege to say, but I just thought that looked shit. I always thought maybe put a pick guard on there, you know, after you get done modding it. But everybody loves that. So, and I think what you did was classy with it. I mean, you know, if you take away the relic idea, let's just say, and you refretted it to have better frets like the new ones have. So in a sense, Paul Reed Smith has modded the guitar because now it has nitro and now it has bigger frets. So that's exactly what you did. If you really think about it, right? They went from poly to nitro. This is nitro and it has bigger frets. So who should be mad at who?
Yeah. It's a weird thing. I mean, the weirdest comment was, we weren't going to show that, but I think the weirdest comment was, and I'll just read it out just quickly because James and I were trying to work out what the stupid comment of the week was.
It's probably a crap ton.
Oh, mate,
thousands of them.
Here we go. So this guy put, mistreating the PRS is disrespectful to the people who made it, PRS, and Paul Reed Smith himself. It's also disrespectful to all the people who watch your channel. I mean, if I'd have set fire to it, if I'd have sort of, you know, burnt it in you know, just said, I'm doing this for views, I'm going to throw it in a fire completely. You'd have to be a dick to do that. But
well, I don't know. Jimi Hendrix did it. So did he disrespect Fender and the people at the factory?
True.
We could play this game all day. I'm a wise ass. We could do this all day
you
long.
could also do the whole. Did the shouty Canadian man disrespect line 6 when he drove over a line 6? Well, yes, he well did.
Right.
Well, and I think if you destroy something that could then be given, that should have been given to someone less fortunate,
exactly.
Then yes, but it's not destroyed. It's to me, it's a better guitar.
A much better guitar.
Yeah.
I think it looks good. I think you did a good job.
I think it looks great. So I thought you were going to go way more OTT on the relicking. Well,
I might do. There's a story that's in the news.
But the problem I've got is that was not an inexpensive guitar, was it? When it was new, that was how much?
I think they were like $23.99 or $21.99 when they first came out, and now they're like
USD.
US, yeah, and then I think they're like $24.99 now.
So getting on for $2,500, a 3-piece body with filler all over it. I'm sorry, Mr. Reed Smith, you've disrespected yourself there by doing that.
I don't know if a 3-piece is bad.
You've got some not grade A timber.
Yeah.
That you've gone, right, I know what we can do. We can saw that up into planks, bond it together. As long as we spray it and cover it in plastic, which is effectively what a poly finish is, we'll get away with it. And I'm sorry, that's naughty.
Yeah, well, you know, one of the nags that I had back in the day of the Kanai, I could see the seams of the 3-piece body through the paint.
Really?
And it pissed me off, and I had called them about it, and they were like, well, we have to make it a 3-piece to make the body as wide as we make it, because it has like a really large ass on it, I guess you could say, or whatever. And to kind of do it the other way would be wasteful for them, and it's more cost effective. So I understand it. It's just, if it's a solid color, I don't want to see the seams through it. You know?
No, that's right. And I'm just looking at my custom shop. So this one here, that's 1 piece. And you know, not a significantly more, you know, higher price guitar. That's a 1 piece.
Is it?
Yeah, that's a 1 piece.
All right.
Yeah.
So geez, I just lost my train of thought. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like they probably know, they probably grade the wood, so that if they know they're going to go to paint and they're going to be a solid color, and they're going to have to put grain filler in it anyway to get that really smooth surface, as I found out when I did my previous warm-up build, not the latest one. It doesn't matter to them. They'll just fill it and do whatever they have to do and prime it and get it ready for spray. So I guess in their eyes, like if you look at a basswood body, like if you look at a lot of these guitars that are basswood, and everybody claims that basswood sounds so good, you know, because certain individual players said that they love the tone of basswood. Basswood is very soft. It's a very soft wood, and it's very easy on the machining tools, where they don't have to change the bits quite as often. That's one of the reasons why they use that wood, to be honest with you. And the grain is disgusting. It's not something you really want to look at. So usually you'll see basswood bodies 99% of the time will be painted a solid color. You normally would not see a basswood see-through finish. Like you can,
Right,
but
right.
it's rare.
Right. Interesting.
But I just think, I mean, sorry, people out there in internet land, if you're going to comment on a video, watch all of the video. Because there were comments about the trem and stuff like that. And I'm like, you clearly haven't watched to the end. Oh, how do you set up the trem? How do you install the trem? It does it in the blooming video.
Now, I had someone that even wrote a comment saying, what is that trem? It's just like, watch the video. It's in the video.
They have an attention deficit disorder, man.
Like,
and you surprised me. You surprised me with the color. I wasn't expecting that at all. I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting that color. And I wasn't expecting you to put the Vega trem on there either.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the pickup.
Ron Ellis pickups are going in.
That's what I was expecting. I was expecting that. And I was also expecting it routed out. That's what I was. I thought you were going to have the cavity routed.
No, well, the reason, loads of people have said that. Why don't you just route it out? You've already, changed it about anyway. So why don't you just route it? And I thought, well, what if people don't want to do what I've done and they just want to change the pickups for better pickups?
Yeah,
because the Ron Ellis pickups are amazing. They sound great. So, some people don't want to do that, but they might want to change the pickups. So I wanted to show, yes, you can change the pickups without having to do any routing.
Yeah, there are options.
Yeah. Anyway,
right. You have to ask me now.
So, James, what have you been up to? You've been up to loads of shit.
I've been up to loads and loads of cool stuff. Saturday was Gearfest at Toll Yard in London, and other than the fact that when I left home,
was there Dolby Atmos?
That never gets old.
As long as you don't mention it, it's all good. Oh shit, he's had how many beers he had already?
Not enough. I'm not going to say those words.
Okay, awesome.
So, other than leaving home at 7:30 in the morning to get into London for 10, and thinking, it's not going to rain, getting to King's Cross and it raining biblically, cats, dogs, and other mythical figures. So I got a cab. I got a cab. What is normally a 20-minute walk that I was like, I'll get a cab on the road. Thinking, oh my God, nobody's going to go because it's raining. I think everybody in the music world, in the sort of high-tech recording world, turned up and went, yeah, it's raining. We don't care.
Oh.
So yeah, it was really well attended. It was brilliant.
Great.
Had a great time. Thanks to everyone who stopped me and said hello and thanked me for all my work with Production Expert. That was 8 years ago. Thanks very much for that. And yeah, it was really, really good.
Good.
We were in the Dolby Atmos room. Oh, there it is. I was in with PSI and Trinov and Paul from Emerging, and just had a really good time. It was absolutely rammed in there all day.
Excellent.
And they've got a really nice sort of bar area and pizza place and stuff, which was just great. So well done to Brian and all the team at Toll Yard for putting on Gearfest. Really well done. And then today I've had the boys over for the last part of the tracking and overdubs sessions for the album we're working on. I've got a bit of tweaking and tidying up to do, but I think we've used pretty much every guitar I own on this project, which has been brilliant.
Awesome.
Yeah. Bought some new stuff, which is quite exciting in a bonkers kind of way. And I'm going to dish the dirt a bit later on. I'll do it when we get to do the news, but I've got some serious dirt to dish and some grief to hand out. So, yeah, exciting. We are joined, 3 become 4, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Michael Hennessy.
What's up, fellas?
Mr. Hennessy.
What's up, Mike?
Thank you. How you doing?
Good.
Good, mate. Yourself? All good?
Thank you. Yeah, pretty good. A lot of new stuff happening for me, but I'm going to be moving on the west coast of Florida, close to. Vinnie.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah,
we'll have to get together.
Yeah, that's how. I'll try and contact you some way somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just want you mentioned a pedal board too, and I set up this pedal board because of you rat guys. Really?
go on.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the board?
Well, it's basically it's all around board that I could set in the back by my amps and do wet, dry, wet, and if the wet and the amps go down, I could use the Tonex.
Let's
Yeah.
have a butcher.
Yeah,
Let's
you
have a
want to
look.
see?
Oh, sorry,
Let's have a look.
my bad.
Oh, damn! Look at that.
nice size.
Jesus.
So
man's
wet,
got
dry,
choice.
wet, and all my analog pedals go before. So I come back with a MIDI cable. I might try MIDI over Wi-Fi to change the patches and stuff. But this, you see, I can't lift my arms above my head. I fell down the stairs.
So what you got? You've obviously got the canvas at the end. Then you got a Tonex.
Yep.
What's after the Tonex?
Right here is the radial ABY switch.
Gotcha.
So this is going to come out dry, and then so I split off of here, I come out dry, and then out of here I come out stereo from the modulation and delay and the reverb.
Great.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's that? What's the thing
this
next
one?
to the? Yeah.
This is a this is Friedman's 6-port patch bay as MIDI as a buffer.
Nice.
As a buffer and three 6 ports.
That's a killer.
Oh mate, that looks killer.
Yeah.
That looks killer.
It's dusty. And my other pedal board is like stupid huge, which is stupid.
Oh, it's bigger than that.
Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with me. I got all the stuff, I've been doing it since 1990, digital since 1990s. And then I go back to this and I go back to that. So,
I know someone like that, Mr. Drew.
Oh, yeah.
You can't, there's nothing compares to, a tube amp, obviously.
No.
I mean, it goes without saying.
Yeah. Oh, nice one, mate. Nice
looks
one.
good.
Well, cheers for coming on, mate. You've got anything else? Anything else you wanted to?
I got plenty of stuff, but I don't want to take up your time. I just want to say hello and thank you for.
Well, it was a pleasure. It's a pleasure having you on, mate. It's a pleasure having you on, and you might need to show us some guitars next time.
Anytime.
That black one interested.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah. What is that? What is that?
That is the one I wanted to show you.
Oh, okay. Let's have a good look.
All right. This is the BC Rich. Hold on.
That's the one we got the body shape wrong. Oh, I did anyway.
Yeah.
I was thinking of
This is the
something else.
BC Rich. Let me get some light in here this way.
Yeah. It's almost like when it was hanging on the wall, I thought it was a Novo. That headstock looked like.
It does look like a Novo, doesn't it?
Wait. This is. It's basically a Strat. Obviously, modding a Strat. You guys are talking about.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful rosewood. Well, let me see if I can get in a picture. Rosewood.
You know what it looks like? It looks like a Nag Severn.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It does look like the Nags.
The neck looks beautiful.
Wow.
Well, Oh, I'm waiting to see the rest of it. Well, it's almost a mix of a Gibson and a Fender. I when I seen this, I love the shape. It was sharp.
Yeah,
But the headstock is you got the terrible headstock of a Gibson.
Jesus, that has got an angle, isn't it?
Wow.
Yeah, it's like 14. It's like 14 degrees or something. That's what a headstock for a Gibson is.
Yeah.
And ready to break, and and it's carved into the body, so it's got
Wow. Nice.
Yeah. So I have no idea. I had this since the 90s. I stuck it at I got it from a friend. I stuck it in the closet. The fretboard was a fret was coming off, and I never did anything about it. So it's been just sitting in there.
No, mate, that looks killer. You need to get some strings on that, and then let us know how it sounds.
Yeah, man. brass saddle. I don't know anything about this. You know, I'm sure the switches are for each, whatever. But I thought you might get a kick out of this.
Yeah, no, definitely, mate. Well, thanks for showing that. Yeah,
All
yeah.
right,
Once you get
fellas.
some strings on it, let us know. We'd like
All
to see
right.
that.
Thanks, fellas.
All right,
Right.
Michael. You take care, mate. See you soon.
Right.
Oh,
one out and
sorry.
one out, one in. Please welcome Dave Hardy to the show.
Yay! How you doing?
All right, mate. How's it going?
I'm mint, mate. Mint. How are you?
And always love getting a northerner on. That's what I can say.
I'm going to go mute for a minute because I've got small people issues.
Oh.
yeah, go on, mate. Yeah, go on. You do that. You all right, Dave? How's it going?
It's bloody mint. Thanks for those for the Tonex packs, mate.
Oh well, mate, you came up with the what was the saying? Now that's what I call Tonex.
What is it? I can't believe. I can't believe. Was it? It was the. That's what I call. That's what I call Tonex 2 or whatever it bloody was, wasn't it? Something like that.
Absolute genius. No, thanks, mate. Absolutely.
Oh, it was great. I was just over there. I just told everybody, oh, you won't believe what's happened to me today.
No, always a pleasure, mate. Well, thank you. Thanks for the suggestion and all that. So have you got anything to show us, or have you got anything to show us? I mean, something clean.
Well,
obviously.
I've got my usuals. You might like this.
Is that an SE?
That's the Bernie Marsden, right?
But
yeah, look, hey, well done, Vin. Look at that. Vin knows his guitars. Look at that.
Let's see. It's 2015 that Bernie actually signed for me.
I had one of them.
What distinguishes that as a Bernie Marsden to another PRS?
It's that.
Is it a different shape?
No, it's basically, was it a 3-4-5 or whatever? But it's got three in line.
Okay, 3 in line. Okay.
And the neck is the same width as his beast. It's really
so it's a 58. It's a 58 neck. Okay.
Yeah, and it's got a proper thick body on it. The body is super thick, like a regular Les Paul.
Dave, remind me, was it now that's what I call Tonex?
That's it.
Yeah.
I was trying to think what it was, and I'm glad you popped up because I was like, I have to write that down somewhere. Otherwise, it's going to be.
And you got to do volume 1, and then you can do volume 2, and volume 3, and you're going to have to get the front of the actual LP thing and put your face on.
I will. Don't worry.
And put all amps on. Yeah, so that's. I thought you might like that.
Yes, mate.
I've got what else? Talk about beating up relics.
That's not a nice thing to say about Paul.
Well, he's getting that way, isn't he? Check that out for beating up.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Look at that.
Nice.
No idea. Nice. I bought it I swapped a PRS for it.
What an old like a USA PRS?
CE.
A CE. Okay, nice.
And
I like the CE, actually.
It's got a decent wiring room, and it got that crap out of it. It's got a classic 57.
Nice.
In there, so it's very ringy.
Nice.
So,
I like SGs.
I've got 2.
Yeah,
this
I like
here is one I bought in London. I went to London, walked in a guitar shop, and much to my wife's disdain, bought it.
Good work.
Good work, mate.
Got it for 900.
That's not bad.
He used to be the guitarist out of Faithlesses.
Wow.
Oh, interesting.
I didn't know that until the second time I went in the shop a year later when I went to see I was seeing somebody in London.
Yeah.
And I love this. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
It's my favourite SG. And I've got I think Vinny likes Hamers, don't you?
Oh no. No.
It's a pointy one.
Is that a USA one?
Dave? I wish.
I was gonna say because you probably could buy a car if you sold it.
Yeah, no. But these are rare. These are rare here. I've only ever seen 2 more of these.
I've never seen a Flying V Hamer.
Really?
It's beautiful, man.
If you could find one in mint condition, a USA one, they're worth a fortune.
Yeah, thousands.
I used to love the more sort of super stratty Hamers.
Yeah.
Great. I used to love the little boomerang Inlays.
You're going to hit this.
Inlays, whatever. I had what is it called? A chaparral or
yeah, chaparral.
I had one of those, and I had a Californian.
Lovely. Is that what are they called? Is that San Dimas?
It's a dinky, isn't it?
San Dimas.
That's a SoCal, ain't it?
It's a San Dimas. Yeah.
San Dimas. Look at the state of the neck already. You can tell
lovely.
It's getting knackered. I love it, man. It's great. It never goes out of tune. I know you hate. I know, Paul, you hate these things, but
you're not wrong. It's not that I hate them. I love what they do. I just it's like the thing I don't get about it is if you're at a gig and you break a string. I mean, and I know it's rare, but if you break a string,
there
then
you go.
Get your Allen keys out.
Mr. Cassidy will be happy.
Oh, there we go. He'd like that, and Lee will like that. Nice.
I love it. It's awesome.
Yeah, they're good.
They've got a really big block in them. Yeah, and the neck's gorgeous. Let's love it. I get this quite regularly.
No, Lee's gone up market now. Lee's captain,
yeah, but still,
isn't he?
I think he's still
all
got
the rest of these ones I've made myself, apart from that.
Oh, is that an old original or is that a modern one?
It's a modern one, but I love it because I put lockers on it. Right. And it will not go out of tune. Will not go out of tune.
And I remember the old original ones of them.
So do I.
Oh,
my guitarist had a white Beretta. American Beretta.
Yeah, who was I watching that like a famous player saying that we're working at Kramer back in the day in Jersey? And because I had one as a kid, and they said that they were just slamming parts together and they were just like rushing them out the door.
It wasn't like Dave Sabo, was it? Or
yes,
maybe.
What the hell is that?
Yes.
Right color and everything.
Yes, Dave. Proper guitar.
Thank you. Do you know what? This is my favourite. And it's not a Gibson.
Is it not?
It's a Chibbo. It's a Chibbo.
That's it.
Can you believe it? Even that's right.
See, that's scary. I mean, I wouldn't even
All the electronics, I've swapped everything out. Look at that.
Do you know what? I wish.
The neck is amazing.
I don't mind, Gibson copying so much, but I wish they wouldn't put Gibson on it. That's the only thing.
I know what you mean, but I swapped it for an Ibanez that my mate had.
Because you can fool someone, and that's not right.
Yeah, but I'm never getting rid of it.
Yeah,
I'm never getting rid of it. I bought it from a mate of mine who's a collector, and he has Gibsons and all sorts.
Right.
And I just got in touch with him. I had an old Ibanez RG 475 that I wasn't getting on with. I've had it for years. It was proper a Japanese one. And I just fancied a change. And this came up on Marketplace. I went, okay, then I'll do you a swap. And because he knew me, we just did a swap. And I've been over the moon with it ever since. Gibbed it. I love it. If it gets nicked, it gets nicked.
Yeah, there is that, isn't it? I mean, if you're not playing, I mean, if you're in a pub club band, and and we've all played those sort of venues where you go, oh, I'm a bit worried about this one.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter if that goes. If those two go, I'll cry.
Yeah.
And same with that one. That one's a one-off now. You can't get hold of them anymore. I mean, the prices of them are starting to go up now. I bought that at $450. Now they're going at £800.
Wow.
Yeah. It's the only PRS I know that's going up in price. So
Paul's isn't.
Hey, I've had so many offers. Thanks, mate. I've had so many offers of people saying, "Can I buy it?" So,
you could get yourself a new business going here. All through custom PRSs.
That would piss off.
Can you imagine? To be like, did you hear about Paul? He got hit by a piano.
Have you met Paul?
While he was in his bathroom.
Then you took it. I'll take it. When you met Paul.
We were ignored by him at NAMM.
No, he didn't. Obviously. He didn't. No, he did.
You're English.
We were sat down. He walks past with Tim Pierce. And goes. He double takes and goes, and then walks off.
What a twat.
And then walks off. So I don't think I've done anything to upset him before that. But I don't know what the reason of that was.
I had a CE 2022 that I swapped for a Gibson because I had a Les Paul, brand new Les Paul, and I just hated the humbuckers in it, those burst buckers. just didn't like them. They're a bit.
They're
I
like
don't know
those
why.
ones.
You know when you don't gel with a guitar.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I bought it brand new, and it was that was years ago. It's about 15 years ago now. And I snapped the neck. So I took it in to my mate, and he did a really good job in fixing it. And I went, and it wasn't the same anymore.
Yeah.
So he had a old battered CE 22 in, just same as Alex License, but in red. And I'm a big Rush fan. So I did a swap with it. And I played that for years. And then the magic of it weared off. They're a little bit sterile. You know what I mean? They're made to with specs. And you just think,
You
anyhow,
know what it is? They're not cool.
no,
They're
that's
not
cool. And that's cool. Leaving that piece of crap there is cool.
Paul's
You know what I mean?
made his PRS cool.
Well, I think PRS. I mean, I don't know if they're
Oh, the
not.
beautiful instruments. Don't get me wrong.
They
They're
are
absolutely
beautiful instruments.
But they're not
stunning.
cool.
But they're
I
not
think
cool.
he makes. You know, PRS do make some of the best instruments out there, without a doubt. You know, their build quality and stuff is fantastic.
Oh, it's incredible.
But he's
Yeah,
not cool.
But they're not cool. And he didn't like it when I told him.
Oh, you told him. Oh shit.
I got him to
That's not-
sign. I've got a PRS book. I've got him to sign. I got that. And he says, what have you got then? I go, RC24. I said, they're nice, but they're not Gibsons either. They're just not cool.
They are.
I'd have loved
Vinny,
to put
this
a
is
fly on the wall.
Vinny. So
And then he looked at me and laughed. Do you know what I mean? He knew I was winding him up. Because he is a wind-up merchant.
is
Because
it?
he was doing a talk at this local music shop that were there. He's doing
Right.
this talk. And he's such a... He comes across as this annoying know-it-all. But he's a really nice man.
He's just a ball
Is he?
buster, is all. You could just
Yeah,
tell.
that's he is. Yeah, it's not what you Americans call a ballbuster. Yeah, but he's actually a very nice man. I got my picture taken with him and everything, you know, even after that comment.
Oh, that's cool.
I did buy a T-shirt off him. He wouldn't give me one, but he'd let me buy a T-shirt off him. That's Paul, isn't it?
Well, he's a good businessman.
Dave, what's
He
your
definitely
favourite Tonex patch?
The Matchless.
Funny
The
that.
Matchless.
It's funny that it is for everybody. It tends to be that's the one that everyone.
It's so right with whatever, because I've went through a phase when I've been gigging. I mean, this is my little rig now. This is what I go out with. That.
Awesome.
That's
Nice.
all I go out with.
Nice.
That and Head Rush. A 108 Head Rush.
Yeah.
Nice.
And now I put Head Rush on a pole and having it ear level.
Yeah.
So you don't have to really push it. And you just put it through the sound. But I've been using Marshall Super Leads usually for my band. But the ones you give me have opened up a few new options. I do use your PV. I do use your PV for Rebel Yell and
The
Barry Moore one.
50-51.
Yeah, I use it for that with load. But the thing is, you don't need anything else because it's got the chorus, it's got the delay.
Yeah.
They're not going to know you're not using a Strymon. And they're the usual punter, especially in this neck of the woods, they're thick as shit. But do you know what I mean? Typical Northerners, they don't give a shit as long as you do the odd song they know.
Don't sound like Gary Moore.
You're all like Gary Moore, you are, lad. Aye. Oh, the amount of times I get that. Honestly.
Anyway, we should get on to the questions.
Yeah,
because
sorry,
we're
lads.
not doing that.
Can I stick
No,
around?
David. It was a pleasure to see. It was a pleasure to see you. You take care, and you know, anytime you want to come on, I just come on. Yeah, be nice.
I
to
will do, kidder. Right, I'll
Okay,
catch you
again.
later.
Cheers, buddy.
Take care, Dave.
Bye.
See you soon,
Take care.
mate. Right. Vin, I was going to say actually, if you're coming to Nam, I'll bring you a Tonex. I'll bring you a Tonex up. You can have it.
Oh, cool.
You might like the Tonex. But remind me before Nam, and I'll stick it in the bag.
Yeah,
And we've
roger
got
that.
a couple of captures we can let you have.
Yeah, appreciate that. I have the Amplitude 5 mega pack thing on the computer, whatever that is, the Max, whatever.
Yeah,
And I was actually messing with it yesterday. You know how I don't like to program anything or do anything on the computer, but I was actually getting some decent tones out of some stuff.
Oh, awesome.
Good.
Awesome.
Well, you can use a Tonex block inside Amplitude, can't you?
Yeah, can.
Before
You
we
can.
start, we have to do this.
Mr. McQuillan, thank you, sir. Mr. McQuillan, he said, good evening, rodents. Hope life's treating you well, and to you, Dave. Hope your holidays were good and you're all nice and fresh and recovered.
Yep, got my picks.
And I'd like to say that Dave's picks were used on today's session because we wanted the most twangy guitar we could ever possibly make. So we used that with the Dan Electro. You could cut glass with it. It was awesome.
Yeah, I bet it would. So yeah, go and check out Dave's company, Highland Plectrum Company. Also, just while so don't forget, go and check out Vinny's channel, which is Vinnie the Axe on YouTube. Like and subscribe and all that sort of stuff.
Thank you.
And also, if you're enjoying the show, give us a like because it makes a massive, massive difference. Nothing happens. You can even subscribe if you want to, even better. But it makes a massive difference. We don't monetize this show at all, so it just makes a big difference for YouTube and stuff. Okay, should we get going?
Here we go.
Nabs, we are running behind, aren't we? God, we are.
Yeah.
Nabs, hello, Rats and fans. It's been a while since I watched in real time. Happy to be with you tonight, and you, Nabs. Good to see you.
I won't put Michael's on because we've already spoken to him, so we'll just cut to there.
Go. Thierry says, "Hoi, greetings from Belgium. Greetings, Thierry."
I won't put Vinny on because obviously he's there. So.
Anton, hi, Rats and chat. Hi, Anton. Jeff, good morning from Brisbane. Watching for the very first time on a Mac. Oh, it's a different experience. That's the only thing I can do on it so far. I hope that nearly everyone's well. Rest in peace, Aussie. Yes, rest in peace, Aussie.
Yeah.
Al, hello, mate. He says, "Hey up, chaps. Hope all is well. How's everyone?" This is another Northerner.
All good.
Jeff says, "I've been predicting Aussie's demise for over 40 years. It's amazing, isn't it? It's bless him. He's done well for all of the debauchery he's been involved in. He has done very well."
The only thing I'm going to say is, Keith Richards.
It's amazing, isn't it? Absolutely amazing.
Yeah. And they probably knew his condition and how bad he was doing. That's hence the concert. That was like the best way for him to go out,
Yes. Yeah.
I reckon Keith Richards like Putin. There's just other Keith Richards they bring out every now and again.
That or they carbon freeze him every afternoon and then they bring him out.
Maybe that's what it is.
Dave's been on. Yes, it's all good.
Yes. Graham, evening, Rats and everyone. Evening, Graham.
Dave's been on as well.
Yeah.
There we go.
Chris, can you guys talk series versus parallel, reverb and delay? When I had a Helix, I had them in parallel. Now in FM3, the factory presets I've vandalized have them in series. Thoughts? You don't have to. So in the FM3, you don't have to have them in series. You can have them in parallel as well. So, yeah. So I mean, I'm guessing Chris understands the difference between series and parallel, or should I just quickly explain it?
Please explain it, because yes.
Think of the guitar signal or the amp signal coming in and then being fed into a delay, and then the delay feeds into the reverb. So in other words, the reverb is getting delayed. You can even set it up like pre-delay. So that's series. Parallel is when you have a signal going up and it's split to two separate ways. So it's split. That signal is then split to a delay and then split to the reverb. So the delay is separate to the reverb.
So the delay is dry, effectively.
Yes, the delay is not then reverberated. Yeah.
Right. So one is not affecting the other. That's the key.
When, other than personal taste, is there a particular time when you would do one over the other, or is it purely down to taste?
I mean, in a mixing scenario, yes, but not on guitar. No, it's always series. For me, anyway. I mean, it's
for me
not
too,
for anybody else, because I like my delay. If delay is going into reverb, I like my delays reverberated.
Because you wouldn't want to delay a reverberation. You would want to reverb the delay. In my opinion,
not typically.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I agree. I prefer the sound, the classic sort of. I'm saying 80s guitar sound because it's that's when that sort of those sort of tones came to the forefront, is delay into reverb. Yes, there were some serious stuff going on, parallel stuff going on, but it's mainly that.
Yeah, here we go.
Pod 8, I like the Silver Sky now. Excellent.
I agree.
Al, Vinny, are you going to NAMM?
I believe so.
There we go.
Awesome.
Graham says, I think the PRS looks better. The Silver Skies are usually a bit too much like a new pair of trainers for me. I like Vinny's one. I like the matte sand color. I really like that one. That's probably my favorite.
Well, I'm going to try to outdo your views. I'm going to gem swirl mine and put the monkey grip in it.
Are you actually going to do that?
Nah.
The monkey grip would be brilliant because that.
I mean, I could have it done. It wouldn't be much to do. It's the clear coat over the swirl is the problem. If you don't get that right, that clear coat, it looks like crap. I've seen so many people try to do it. It looks like shit.
Yeah. Phil, he said, evening from a genuine arthritic relic from Breckensham Bay. Bless you, Phil. Good evening. Vice Trucci, hello, Rats and Vinny. Hope all is well and you're having a great week thus far. Cheers, Vice.
Bye.
Pod 8, I saw a vid by Rex at Rexshall who put pickups in an R9 and people lost their minds. Crazy, isn't it? Brent Chadwick, I think Eddie even said he didn't know what he was doing.
Yes, he didn't know how to wire the guitar. So just to solve the problem, he just took that 3-way switch and screwed it into the middle pickup cavity position and left it in that position. It was just easier for him to deal with.
Oh, is that why?
I read that article. Yeah.
Wow. Paul's relic, I meant to say.
Yeah.
So wouldn't.
Yeah, that was about the PRS. He prefers the PRS. He likes the PRS.
Yes. Thank you. Rob, guitars are made for modding. That's a ridiculous comment, isn't it? Just cheers. Rob.
I mean, if guitars weren't made for modding, why and how is there such a massive market in aftermarket pickups, scratch plates, all that sort of stuff, all the stuff you can do? If they weren't supposed to be doing that, or if you weren't supposed to be able to do that, why would there be a market for it?
I should have scalloped it, shouldn't I? That's what I should have. I should have done.
This is my opinion.
Invade.
When people see a Paul Reed Smith guitar, they think of Paul Reed Smith, and I know that's his name, but let's face it, a lot of guitars have people's names, right? But you don't necessarily see that dude in your head when you think of that brand. So I think with Paul Reed Smith, it's a slight against his genius. And I'm not being, the guy's a genius, but it's a slight against, in their minds, against him because of his designs, right? Whereas in you could take a Gibson and mod it and no one cares, right? So I think that's where it is. I think people relate the guitar company to Paul himself and not so much as a thing people relate what's his face to the Tesla car, where nobody cares about Henry Ford. You know what I mean? Like you look at a Ford or you look at a Mitsubishi or anything, nobody's thinking of a Japanese Zero when they buy a Mitsubishi car. So I think one's an object and the other thing is somebody's invention that you're screwing with. That's my take on it. It's a mental thing, I think.
I think you're right.
You're probably right. You're probably bang on the money.
I think you're right, but I think it's because he is so opinionated and because he goes on the internet saying that he's saying that his guitars are perfect and the way he comes across is this is perfect. You don't need to do anything to this.
And he is a public figure, isn't he? He's a public figure in the guitar internet community. Leo Fender, obviously, not so much anymore. Gibson, again.
And Fender mods their own stuff.
Yeah.
Fender mods their own things. Hence the relic shop, the custom shop, all the different crazy stuff they do.
What are they called? When they did those ones that are the wrong headstock with the wrong body with the wrong
parallel universe.
Parallel universe. Yeah. I love those guitars.
It's sick. I know all this stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I'm supposed to go out with my wife or not. You know what I mean? But I can remember stupid crap like that. Parallel universe. Jesus.
Bill, it's your guitar, and if you customize it to your specs and you love it, then story done. Cheers, Bill.
Indeed.
Hod 8, one vote here for doing what the F you want to do with your property. Cheers, Hod.
Yeah. Totally.
Anton, it was offensive to many when Gibson ran over hundreds of guitars that they could have donated to schools. That was offensive.
Offensive. And let's face it, the whole play authentic thing, the way that was delivered was damn right offensive. I mean,
but I think Gibson's moved on from that, and they're obviously trying to forget all of that sort of stuff now. And luckily, time's moved on for Gibson, and Gibson have sort of got back.
They're fighting their way back, but the problem is,
have
your memories.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny, but people aren't going to forget that. Yeah, Firebird.
Yes.
It was a shame.
Yeah.
Gary, didn't one of Rick Parfitt's from Status Quo trash his Fender guitar by sanding and painting it, etc.?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know that.
Yeah, it's well and truly customized.
Is it the green one?
Yeah, I think so.
Is that the green? No, that was Francis Ross's, wasn't it?
No, the white one. The white one was Francis Ross's. The green one was.
Oh, yeah, you might be right. Yeah. Jeff,
And that was in Nashville as well because it had a center pickup.
I don't know if he added the center pickup himself.
Yeah, I mean, it made it a Nashville effectively.
Right. Yeah. Jeff, the day that my Fender Custom Shop 66 Deluxe Closet Classic arrived, I replaced the tuners with locking ones and put a Vegatron on it. A guitar is really just a platform for the bits that you like. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Jeff, are you telling me that PRS has not trebled in price? Obviously, you use the wrong bunch of keys to hit it with. You need a Murphy. You need the Murphy bolt.
Yeah.
The truth of the matter is, I mean, this is a safe place for you, mate.
Yeah.
These comments out in the wild of the internet are dangerous, but this is your safe place.
What is your guys' worst favorite what you call it famous mod that's been done to a guitar, like by a famous player or whatever? What's your most hated one?
Hated mod? I don't. I never used to like the look of who was the guy out of the Grateful Dead? That was
Jerry Garcia.
Oh, I hate the look of that guitar. Oh, I hate that.
Any mods, James, that you don't like that you've seen?
I mean, the Frankenstrat is a guitar only a mother could love. But when you put it in the hands of Eddie Van Halen, he could play a Squire Sun Mustang, and it would sound incredible. So
yeah.
I think the only actual mod that I still go is scallop frets, because that's just weird.
Mine is going to be a sacrilege thing, and I'm going to say it, and everybody's going to be pissed. It's the stickers that Stevie Ray Vaughan put on the scratch plate with the SRV, those mailbox stickers. I absolutely hate that.
It looks rubbish.
I wish he never did that.
About that is when, so I used to play with a band called Texas Thunder, and the guitar player was a guy called Terry Wisby, who is, widely regarded as one of the better Stevie Ray. He was on Fender's mailing list for when they produced the limited run of 700 SRV, the mega authentic Strats. He was on the mailing list to get one in the UK. To the point where he said they've even gone in and curled up the corner of the SRV sticker to make it look even more like Stevie Ray's actual Strat.
Wow.
And I was like, that's kind of cool. And he said, but £7,000 for a guitar. And this is going back.
That was back then.
This is going back 20 years.
Right. That's like they did the Melmstein the same way, where they found like the little duck sticker and all that stuff, and they actually distressed it to look identical.
And we said £7,000 for a guitar. No guitar is worth that much money.
Yeah.
Unless it was actually Stevie Ray's guitar.
Yeah.
Scalloping frets for me, because the idea of taking a round file to your neck just scares the living out of me.
Yeah, scary, isn't it? But that's true. I literally put U2 CD Zooropa in the microwave because it was so bad. But they're still one of my favorite bands of all time. So the whole disrespectful mentality is just silly.
Is that the album away?
Huh?
What was the album that I think the ultimate disrespect is by U2 putting their album in your iTunes library when you didn't want it?
They hated it. People hated that, didn't they? They hated that.
That's like a violation of a.
I didn't know that all these years. I always wondered, I never bought this. Why is this here? I had no idea.
It was internationally known that U2 and Apple, because obviously Steve Jobs was a huge U2 fan, much like he was a Coldplay fan, especially like that couple at the back of the Coldplay gig. The one that we've seen every bleeding where this week. Apple distributed the new U2 album. I can't remember the name of the album, for free to everyone with an iTunes account, and just put it in their list, in their library.
It didn't bother me. That to me was, I've got a free YouTube album. I mean, you imagine spending, let's say, like, how much YouTube cost to? How much it costs to produce a YouTube album? I'm guessing £1 million.
Gazillions.
£1 million at the time.
Yeah.
So imagine doing that and then giving it away for free, thinking you're doing people a favor, thinking it's a nice thing to do, and then people absolutely hating you for it. It was that was a tough pill to swallow. Anyway. Greg, do you like Friedman guitars? I love Friedman guitars.
Yeah.
Friedman guitars
Yes.
brilliant. That guitar
there is awesome.
Is a Friedman guitar, and it's amazing.
I don't think you've had a bad Friedman guitar. You had that one with the microphonic pickup, which was a bit weird.
Yeah, that was weird. But it was an old one. Just it was just a dodgy pickup.
Where'd the sparkly one go? You went back, right?
Sparkly, that's in the next room. It's in the next room. So
you kept it.
Well, no, it's still here. Let's put it this way.
It hasn't been collected yet.
It hasn't been collected yet. That doesn't mean so. I'm still toying with which one to keep. To be honest, so
we just hit 100. So please, boys and girls, if you wouldn't mind liking, subscribing, hitting that bell, that'll be ace.
Please,
please.
It really helps. Which Ron Ellis pickups you putting in? I think they're the 60s. The 60s one, Vincent. I can see just quickly because I've got an email from Ron. Let's have a quick look. Oh, Ron.
Excellent name.
I don't know what email address he's coming. So I've got a couple of different email accounts. So they're the 60s ones. Jeff Rock, bloody Brian May, he ruined that fireplace when he modified. That's brilliant.
Yes.
Well done, Jeff. Well done.
Jeff.
Yeah, that is brilliant. Comment of the week. Mississippi Blues. Hey guys, Paul, I love what you've done to the Silver Sky. Will you be aging the plastics? Maybe. I don't know yet. I don't know. It probably needs to be done.
Dip it in get a saucepan of tea and dip them in tea. That'll just take the white edge off them.
Yeah, I'm guessing when the pickups arrive, maybe before the pickups come, I can.
It depends on the plastics.
Oh, yeah. but proper British tea will take the edge off most whites. Tannin is a.
You mean not Lipton?
No, I do not.
I love saying that to you British guys. You guys get all pissed off.
It's unbelievable. That is not even tea. Greg Tanner says, by the way, is there a delay between us?
There was a couple of times it went and then it righted itself. So I think it's
you guys are incredibly delayed at the moment on the visuals, but it's okay. If no one's noticing, it's fine. Okay, it's like a 10-second.
That should say Sweetwater.
Delay. Okay, Greg Tanner says Sweetwater Guitar Fest, September 27th. I'm going. Nice.
I'd love to go to Gear Fest.
So would I. Vice Trucci, if you never put a CD in a microwave, it's a wild light show. Just turn it off immediately after the laser show ends because it's probably not great for your microwave.
It really isn't. Any metal in your microwave will send it bananas.
Yeah. Hey, you beautiful gents. Hey, Travis. Hope you're well, mate. Hope everything's good. Brisbane Shadows Group. Click the like button, folks. You can even use a second account so you can click it again. Cheers, Brisbane Shadows Group. Yeah, it does make a massive difference. Thank you. Jeff, Michael shorts are boring. Where's Lee? Where the hell is Lee? Hey, do you know what? I might come in and out because you are so delayed.
Oh,
I can't look at you because I'm going to come in and out. So just give me 2 seconds.
Oh my god, such a prima donna.
Quick, everybody, while he's gone, let's hide.
under your desk, Vinny. That'll be bloody funny.
We'll just freeze. We'll be like,
yeah.
He'll think we're frozen.
When he comes back, do it. It'll be really funny.
Oh yeah, all right.
Such a bunch of children. Chris, David, evening, Chris.
You got to do it too, though. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Very good.
Vinny was the real child. This would just be hide under the desk.
Oh,
Awesome.
Oh, dear.
Chris
No,
said
we've
evening.
done Chris.
Okay, Shark Air. Why not put a new neck on the Silver Sky as opposed to a refret?
Because it probably cost as much or more to get the neck as it would to do all the stuff that you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I doubt even PRS would sell you a neck.
Just get a strap neck.
Yeah, no,
I know you can't do that. I know.
Yeah. Keith, evening all, running late as usual. No problem, Keith. Welcome. Bjorn says evening, gents.
Man.
Evening, Bjorn. Gary, he says, have you guys done a video on effects and how to use them musically? I recently got a few new pedals such as a tremolo and digital delay, and I'm not sure how to best use them when I'm using them. Yeah.
We could do something a bit more musical, but I mean, it's so context related, isn't it? I mean, effects are so music and context dependent, but I'm sure we can come up with something that we can do something with.
I think we can. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've definitely done videos like that before about how to use
certainly delays and stuff we've done, and how to use modulation and stuff. Maybe Gary, go back and have a look at some of the Boss Katana videos, because while you may not be using a Boss Katana, they might give you some ideas for delay settings and modulation types and things like that to try and use, just as an idea.
And I would get your delay time tap in first of whatever your backing track you're playing to or whatever as like a foundation before you add the tremolo. Then you're going to have to tweak that tremolo to taste so it jives correctly.
Yeah,
I think.
See, I always think with the tremolo, it's funny because with a delay, I can guarantee I set it to 400 milliseconds every single time. And with a tremolo, it's set to a certain speed that is unrelated to the song.
Yeah.
For me, because a tremolo, if you have a tremolo that's related that's in the same tempo as the song,
it doesn't sound right.
No, it doesn't sound right.
Yeah,
unless you're doing How Soon Is Now by Morrissey.
Yeah, I was just doing this very same thing, Gary, today and yesterday. I have my Strymon Brig, which is just a regular analog delay, and the Strymon Flint, which has a tremolo. And I found that as long as I get my delays set correctly, then I have to really play with that tremolo to get it to jive right, so it sounds right in the mix. Otherwise,
maybe
it sounds
you should do the video.
Sounds like a train wreck.
Maybe you should do the video. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I could do that.
I think I would say every track we record, or both tracks we recorded today, and I think every track we used last week, used on at least some of the takes, some of the guitar parts, used Louis' Fender Princeton one with the tremolo. Yeah.
Well, a certain Princeton's got a tremolo.
Yeah.
Which one? I don't
know. The Princeton that he had in the room has a tremolo, and every track featured that tremolo sound to get that kind of 60s kind of 60s guitar tone. It sounded kin awesome.
I love tremolo because it's almost because it takes away, or it can take away, the initial attack of the note.
Yeah.
So you can actually be a little bit more sloppy with the tremolo, I think.
I had a really good result, and I'm not a tremolo guy, but I had a good result in the last video I did. Gary, if you get a chance to check it out, with the jam pedals, I was running the Harmonious Monk tremolo, running the new fuzz phrase fuzz into the Tube Dreamer, which is a tube screamer, with all of that stuff on with double delays, one long delay and one slap delay. And when I brought the volume all the way up towards the end, I should have played more with it like that. It sounded so killer because you don't get that, because it's going into the tube screamer. You don't get that super high drive of volume that would cause me to try to fix that later recording wise. But it came out killer. It almost had like a Robin Trower kind of thing, but I know it's not a univibe, but it had that almost thing going on there.
Nice. Yeah. Jam make great stuff. Keith, do the Rats Mainly Jivey have any opinions on Transformer Saturation emulator plugins?
Yes, use them.
Yeah.
A friend of mine who's a mastering engineer. Now, we all know mastering engineer is a bit of a black art, bit of voodoo, but he has on his desk in front of him this enormous 1-to-1 transformer where he can send signals into it to just add the transformer sound.
Wow.
And you go, it's voodoo, isn't it? And he goes, without. And you go, no, put it back. It just sounds better. Put it back.
Interesting.
Yeah. So yes, transformer plugin, transformer saturation emulation plugins work. Now, it is worth saying that a saturation plugin is not necessarily the same as a transformer plugin, because a saturator could be like an overdrive type thing where you saturate the sound going into a pedal. So into an effect. So be careful that saturation is not necessarily the same as a transformer pedal is not the same necessarily as a saturator. Just so be careful.
Try out one of the Air Windows ones, being cheapskate. Don't know what that is, but awesome.
It might be a reference to Mac, to being a Mac user as opposed to a Windows machine. I don't know.
Bjorn says, press that like button, peeps. Cheers, Bjorn. Yes, give us a like. It helps like you would not believe. Bjorn, drinking bourbon. Nice. Just sold an expensive amp. Nice. It's a low wattage life for me from now on with the occasional model. A nice one.
Even with a low wattage amp, you are going to get better responses by using some kind of load box, because even a 1 watt amp can seriously upset your neighbors. Just
yeah,
say.
yeah. Go and get a low box. Get a low box. Everyone loves a low box. Session Gold, love the Silver Sky and the Only Ball Music Man Luke 3 vids, guys. I've done a
I did. Thanks.
Yeah,
oh, you did.
Yeah.
Oh, well done, Ben.
Loving that. Should we do the news?
Cheers,
We're over an
Session.
hour in.
What did you think then?
Of the Music Man?
Yeah.
I do not like the neck profile. Great guitar. It plays great. It just that neck profile is the nut width so tiny. And there's like I don't know what it says. I didn't look it up on the website, but there's like a V, like a slight V in that neck, and it does something to my thumb. The way I'm like when I'm playing, it's like it actually hurts to play that neck.
Oh,
I don't know if it's because of the width is smaller this way. That means your thumb, when you're bending, winds up in a different spot than a normal like 43 millimeter nut width. So I think that's what was causing it. But it's a great guitar. If anybody owns one, that they're really nice and they play great. Just I don't
know. Okay. Let's before we do the news, a couple of things. There's been some buying and selling going on, mainly buying from both of us. But I want to alert the world to a scam. Now, this is a scam that personally appealed to my
ego.
My ego, totally. If anyone from Rolling Stone magazine approaches you and says, "Hey, I've just seen your YouTube channel, man. I'd like to write an article on you, man. That'd be great, man." Do not, whatever you do, even get involved with the whole process. I'm going to name and shame. This is a chap called David Brown with an E, who is claiming to be a contributing writer to Rolling Stone, and he's not. He is a nobody, and he's probably not even called David Brown. Because I phoned Rolling Stone when it all started to be a bit weird. Now, the thing that didn't strike me as weird is when he actually asked for money, because I know that in the world we live in these days, you have to pay for stuff. People pay us to do reviews and to do features and stuff, and it wasn't that was the alarm bell thing. It was the fact that he asked me to answer the questions and then came back with his rewritten version of my article in about 4.5 minutes. And I thought, all you've done here, buddy, is copy, paste into Chat GPT and paste it back to me. And then when I said, hang on, at no point in this article does it say my name. 4 minutes later, I got another version with my name in it that was completely different. And I went, nah, hang on a second. At that point, I started putting some feelers out on Facebook to my sort of pro audio and music friends. And enough people said, yeah, it's a scam. And then one of the guys actually found a link from Rolling Stone's website saying, if anybody claims to be from us and they ask for money, they're not. We don't do that. So, David Brown, whatever rock you're currently hiding under, you can well stay there. I wasted hours of my life on you, you utter scumbag. And I will do whatever I can to make sure you are taken down in a very public way. So you have been warned. There we go. However, the internet was brilliant in other ways this week because I've been buying. Well, I haven't. I was offered a thing and I offered them some money for it because I thought that was fair. Vinny, let me try and see if I can get the camera to do the right thing here. Any idea?
Why don't you show the Facebook article, because it's quite hard to work out what that is. Why don't you show the Facebook?
I can't because it's on a. Any idea what that is, Vinny? I'll give you a clue.
It looks like a keyboard drawer.
The top bit does this, and the bottom bit does this.
Oh, is it a Leslie?
It's a Leslie.
Holy cow!
But what do you normally associate with Leslie's?
Oh, get out of here.
Can I just say,
I thought I had no time on my hands, but
and James's studio is a great size studio. No, sorry, I'll rephrase that.
It was.
James's studio was a great size studio, and then he just accumulates more and more stuff. James's old studio was like this shed that had so much shit piled in it you couldn't move. It was like this. The new studio, which is 5 times the size, is becoming the same.
It was.
Where the hell is that going to go?
It was offered for free, and I couldn't say no.
Where the hell is that going to go?
Well, I'm going to move some stuff around. The Hammond is going to go over in the corner,
right,
and the Leslie's going to go in the other corner. So it will have a space. I've got a load of stuff to get rid of as well, so that's going to help. But I saw this and I couldn't say no. Even if I then the Leslie is a thing that's awesome. I didn't necessarily want the Hammond, but I've got the Hammond as part of the deal. If I then sell it on for next to nothing or give it away likewise, then that's great. But I was like, but we used it today. We used the Hammond on the session. The Leslie needs a bit of love. It needs new drive belts and stuff. But the Hammond sounds incredible. It's not a B3 or a C3. It's not a tube one. It's a transistor one. But it sounded as brilliant, like the difference between modelers and amps. Brilliant as Jamie's keyboard Hammond patches sounded.
Yeah,
that just worked in the mix.
Lovely, yeah. Nice.
And it was one of those kind of as brilliant as synths are and that sort of stuff as emulator style keyboards are. That was just brilliant and just worked. And at that point, it was worth. The bizarre thing was, it was available from a studio 15 minutes up the road that I didn't even know existed. And I got chatting with the guy who knew who I was and knew of the channel and stuff. And his studio partner, they run a record label in this really lovely space in Braintree. So we had a good old chat, and they'll probably come over at some point and we'll chew the audio fat quite a lot. But brilliant thing. Not Excellent. What I was expecting to buy this week. So
yes, nice one. Nice.
PD, what you been buying?
Oh, so I'll go and get my position on. I've got. You can already tell what this is.
Look at that.
That's a Murphy Lab?
It is a Murphy Lab. Nice. And it is amazing. Almost to the point. Well, it is. I'm getting rid of my R7.
What?
I bought the regular Junior Murphy Lab off of somebody locally for a deal, and I sold it for a lot of money because I saw dollar signs. But it was probably the best Junior I ever played. And it was
you bought a Junior with I like the one pickup.
Yeah, Murphy Lab. Yeah, it was the best sounding Junior I've ever had, and I sold it like an idiot. What a great guitar!
It's a shame, isn't it? It's a shame
Yeah.
when they do that. But
And I'm trying to learn to get along with P90s too. I think that's part of my problem. I like single coils. I'm actually starting to like single coils more than I like humbuckers now, which is kind of weird for me. I mean, I'm getting older. I don't know, but the P90's been like a weird thing for me. But though that P90 sounded really good, and so does the ones in the Friedman. But I should not have sold that guitar. But it was. I have to give credit where credit is due because I do talk a lot of crap sometimes about the Murphy Lab. But that Murphy Lab was awesome.
Yeah.
Bring that with you next week when you come over.
Yeah, I will do. I'll bring it up. It's really the video's out tomorrow on it and stuff. But it came up on eBay as cheaper than it should have been, and it is absolutely amazing.
You know what I think? I think about those is that they're kind of like, especially the one with the one pickup. They're like a one-trick pony.
But what a trick.
And I think a lot of people buy them and then they realize this is like a one-trick pony, and then they see how much they could go for, like I did, and I sold it. But really thinking back now, you know, the only thing I got to replace it was the Nags Steve Stevens guitar because it's got the same body shape, but it had humbuckers in it, which is I was more accustomed to hearing. You know?
Oh, I love P90s. I think P90s they're probably my favorite pickup.
Your P90 Strat was awesome. That pink paisley Strat was amazing.
Yeah, that was funny. It was a really great guitar, but it was quite tame. That guitar. This is like a little rock and roll machine. It's just
awesome.
It's amazing. Yeah, but the difference between the Junior and the Special is the Special has a bound fingerboard. Obviously, it has the two pickups, so it becomes more versatile. But it's, you know, if I show, you know, so that's that's a 57 style. It's an R7, and that's a 57 Special. But just
that the Junior body's more. I think a Junior body's got more like raunchiness and it's more fun.
Yeah.
I think.
And it's lighter. It's lighter. It's a more comfortable guitar. That's a heavier guitar and stuff. And they look great. You can't beat a gold top, but it's that all along.
I take this out. Actually, I changed the strings yesterday and did the board, but and did my frets.
That looks great.
Because it needed some love. But this guitar is probably one of the best single cut things that I've ever owned. And I play this way more than I play the expensive Santana that I have, or even the Epiphone or any other Les Paul I've ever owned. This thing is just great, and it's got that same kind of vibe,
Yeah. Has that got the bare knuckle pickups in it?
Yeah, bare knuckle Rebel Yells.
Yeah, they're great.
Of course, they're Rebel Yells on a Steve Stevens guitar.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need to have all the frills on it, the ray gun and all that stuff, but this is what comes on his thing, and great guitar, man. I have to say, it's really well built and it sounds killer. So much fun, and it's pink.
Yeah, I like Nags. I think it's a funny thing about Nags because their secondhand the secondhand value doesn't warrant. Sorry, is much lower than the actual quality of the guitar. Yeah. They should be more expensive secondhand.
In the States, it goes up and down. Sometimes you can't touch one of these things for like $4,000, and then some days you can get a deal on one. It's really weird how the market fluctuates with the Nags. But I will say they do make a really damn good guitar.
Yeah.
I think they're underrated. I think.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. Right. So should we do the news?
The news, yes.
They've changed the icons.
They have, yes. It confused me earlier on.
Yeah, that is confusing, isn't it? Okay, here we go. Right. So JHS closing. But how good is that?
That's pretty cool.
That's nice, isn't it? So
the JHS thing is weird because, again, it's not a bankruptcy.
Is it not?
They've chosen to close. They've chosen to shut up shop, which basically now my understanding.
Should we just say just in case anyone gets confused, JHS in the UK is different to JHS.
Is John Hornby Skews, not Josh Scott.
Yeah.
JHS is John Hornby Skews. They are a distributor based in Garforth in Leeds.
Well, not only distributor, but they own loads of brands
Yes,
like
yeah,
Vintage and that sort
yeah,
of stuff.
and yeah, there's a few. And let's face it, Vintage as a guitar brand makes some cracking guitars.
Yeah, but they're Far Eastern built guitars. But that looks cracking, doesn't it? If you saw that in a Fender Masterbuilt, whatever, you'd go, oh yeah, that's what that is.
Yeah, so it's a weird one, but that it's not a foreclosure due to bankruptcy or anything like that. They have chosen, after looking round for a buyer, to shut up shop, because clearly it was a family-run business and I can't remember the guy I knew there. I remember one year they used to do this amazing summer event, and we and Sibelius were invited up to exhibit there one year, and obviously all that, like Yamaha used to do, put a huge marquee out on their grounds and stuff, and have entertainment and food and beer and stuff. And one year, the big like corporate entertainment thing to do was you went for a helicopter flight over Leeds.
Wow.
It was so cool. It was so cool.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay, PRS got a new model, even though it's an old model that they used to have as an SE. So they've just released the US core model of the Mark Holcomb. It looks really, it looks very metal, doesn't it? I don't know if it's the pickups that make it look metal or the very dark.
The black hardware too.
Yeah, it's black hardware. Yeah, maybe it's that as well. It looks great, I think.
I like the green kind of almost, what is that? That's like a burl almost.
I don't even know what that body. It's mango wood. It's mango.
Wow, very cool.
So it's probably quite light. I quite like the black. So it's €6,200. So it's a lot of money. But I think it looks quite cool. I bet it's those pickups. I would hate those pickups without a doubt. But
they're going to be so high output.
I would have thought so. Yeah. I would have thought so. But it looks cool. Jimmy Page. That's a weird picture, isn't it? Why is he pouting?
Because he's a miserable. What's it?
Yeah. So they've released the Sun Dragon Nymph. This is like the mini version of his amp. Now they haven't put the price of this yet, but the Sun Dragon, that was ridiculous price. It was
basically
so overpriced.
What this says is that they've got the wording wrong. It says Jimmy Page Sun Dragon Nymph stadium sound for your living room. It should say Sun Dragon Nymph Jimmy Page wants a new living room, because
what's the specs on it again?
So the specs are, it is 8-inch speaker with two 12AX7s and can switch between 1 watt and 1/4 watt power setting. If it's anything more than 300 quid,
it's going to be $5,000 minimum.
It's going to be thousands.
You should put a 10-inch speaker in that.
Absolutely. Who wants an 8-inch? It's going to sound shit.
Even in your living room, a 1/4 watt is going to hurt people.
It looks like Supro. It's just everything about that. I hate it.
My Magnetone had an 8. It sounded all right, but when you plugged it into a 210 cabinet, it sounded killer.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's horrible.
It's a cheap. Well, it's a budget. It's a small amplifier that's got very little components, and it's going to be well over. I can't wait to see next week what it's going to cost. But we'll.
I'm going to pitch him with $5,000.
I bet you $1,100. That's what I'm going to bet.
I'm betting it's more like 2.5. So we'll see. So Vinny's on the low side. I'm in the middle, and James is $5,000.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it'd be 5. I reckon it'd be 2.5. But anyway, Charvel Angel. That to me, I don't know what's going on with this. It looks so bulbous. It's the weirdest looking thing I've ever seen.
The two horns look wider than the butt.
It's weird. What's going on with the headstock? Looks massive. It looks like the neck is. It looks like everything just does that.
Well, they had to do that, I guess, to get the 7th key in there. That's kind of like when you remember Squire came out with a 7-string guitar back in the day. It
right.
looked like that, you know. And he's got like that, almost like the Kramer Night Swan, like cascading dots.
Yeah. I still like the Night Swan. I mean, I don't know.
Oh my God, it looks even worse in the video picture. Do you see the video picture?
It looks huge.
The headstock looks bigger than the fireplace.
It does. It's very. It looks all right there. It's weird, isn't it? It's weird the actual angle they've got on that. Maybe the headstock is so angled back that it just looks weird. But there's something weird going on. How much is it? It's going to be £1,500.
That's
so $2,000. So not horrendously priced.
Oh, and you can use it on horseback.
Yeah, it's specially designed to be used on horseback. Yeah,
that's what the reverse headstock's for.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one.
Just no.
So Zach Myers is the so Zach Myers relicked a pink PRS, and he's got so much shit from it that he's had enough and he's going to burn it. So
you're not alone. You guys should start a club.
I think that looks cool. I think this one looks really. I mean, I love that relic job. That's what I should have done.
I just can't. I was trying to explain to a non-guitar player the whole PRS is our dentists and lawyers' guitars, because if they get a ding on them, it's like, you know, they've crashed the Mercedes SLK or whatever. It's like it's like the end of the universe. The ding on your guitar, it's the end of the universe as we know it.
Yeah,
which my wife said, "Don't be so bloody ridiculous."
That's like Leica in cameras. Like if you have a Leica, you know what I mean? It's a dentist camera. They used to say. I had 2 of them, and I literally went on a photo walk one day and a group of people, and somebody was just, this guy kept staring at me, and he walked up. He's just like, he was in the group. He's just like, can I look closer at your, I'm trying not to be weird. He's like, but I've never seen one up close. Can I look at it? It was almost like I pulled up in a Lamborghini or something.
Wow.
You know, and it's pretty funny.
Photographers are an interesting bunch, though.
Yes, it's like the same set of knuckleheads, like come out of the woodwork. It's so annoying.
Can I just say, that's a nice bit of wood. How come he got a nice bit of wood in his one? That's nice.
I was thinking that relic job has done a great job of showing off a really nice piece of timber.
That almost looks like ash, really, but it's not. I don't think it looks alder.
Weird. No, I don't think. I think it's alder, but
it's just got a good grain.
Yeah, it looks. I really like the look of that. So he's getting a lot of shit about it, and
I wonder if Paul Reed Smith's phoning in personally saying you can't do that.
That's the story. That's the story that I've heard, but I don't know if that's particularly true. So
is he endorsed by them?
Yeah.
I don't think Paul would be pissed off about it.
You had a phone call, mate.
That's true.
Paul phoned you personally?
No, I don't think he'd bother with me, to be honest. I'm not Zach Myers.
I just thought if he's an endorsee, it's promoting the guitar. I don't know why he would be mad about it.
Yeah, I don't know, but he's getting lots of shit about it. I think it looks really cool. Anyway, let's do that.
I just some news stuff, and not really. I just wanted to throw this out there. I watched. If you guys are familiar with Andy Wood, he did a tribute of "Mama, I'm Coming Home" on guitar, unaccompanied by anything, just him playing.
Wow.
And you really could tell the musicianship in that guy, because he's amazing.
He's incredible. I mean, he's probably the best. He's the most versatile guitar player. I mean, if you say like someone's the best guitar player, because he is so versatile.
And he's got really good tone. He dials in amazing tones, man. It's unbelievable.
And that's probably all Axe Effects Finn as well. So he's a big Axe Effect user.
Right, here we go.
Fractal user, I should say. Travis, have you guys ever come across a solid state amp that impressed you or made you feel like you could actually take it to a show?
Yes.
Only the Boss Katana, but is that solid state?
Can I say my blue guitar, Amp 1? Yeah. It's kind of like a hybrid.
Yeah. Blue guitar, definitely.
My first ever amp was a Marshall Reverb 12, as in a 1x, I think it was probably a 1x10 combo, 12 watt, solid state. But if you dimed it, it was the most recordable amp ever. I did gigs on it. I did all sorts of stuff on it because you could crank it and it sounded amazing, and it would squeal and do that really cool thing that I didn't know what a valve amp was at the time. I just thought this thing was great, you know. Yeah. I wish I still had it. Wish I still had it.
Can I say I'm going to come in and out again because you guys are so
here we go.
so delayed. I know. Just
freeze again, Vinny. It'd be funny. Okay. Keith says I would do parallel reverb and delay if the delay is really short for more room ambience type effects. Yeah, I'd go with that. I tend to do series no matter what, just because as a studio guy, I tend to. No, I suppose in the studio, if I'm mixing a track, I will do everything parallel, unless it's a particular guitar effect that I want to do stereo. But sometimes what I'll do in the studio is I'll put the signal into the delay and then the delay into the reverb in Desk or in Pro Tools. So yeah, both are totally legitimate. Sometimes shorter is better paralleled, sometimes shorter is better series. It's very program dependent.
I always think a delay sounds artificial. It doesn't sit in the mix as well unless you feed it to a reverb as well. Yes. So unless you send that delay to the reverb.
Yeah, agreed.
Funky Bass, evening all. Sorry I'm late. Hope everyone's well. And you, mate. Keith, arguably Fender built their guitars for modding. Arguably they did.
Yeah.
True. Keith, PRS would do well to create a range for modders. Yes. Well, I think PRS should do a relic guitar. I think it would sell like hotcakes. Funky Bass, would it be sacrilege to do a speaker swap on a Dumble? No.
Not if it was knackered.
That's true. The same sort of thing, isn't it? Alexander Dumble picked that speaker for that amp. No, I don't think so. If you preferred it,
and if it was dead, if it was knackered, you know, stuff does happen.
Just save the original.
Yeah. Funky Bass, low. Good point.
Right, there's some chat amongst themselves.
Rummy says, "Is it easy to say Gibson should have donated guitars to school? It's not so easy." Essie.
That's probably very true.
They should have done, and I think they would do. I think they regretted that, to be honest. But yeah. Session Gold, have you guys tried the FM9? It's pretty compact and easy to take to a gig, or pretty bulky and not really that practical in terms of weight size. It's quite bulky.
It's quite a bulky thing, but it's awesome. I have an FM3 down here, and for the amount of effect type stuff I do, the FM3 is more than adequate. I'm not a heavy over effector, if that's a real phrase, and it is now. FM9, would I use it any more than I use the FM3? Probably not.
So the FM9 is the same size as that. So if you think that's bulky,
yeah. That is not a dissimilar size to the Digitech DC21 foot controller?
Yeah, not quite. That wasn't as chunky as this. These are built like tanks.
Yes, but I back in the day, I remember seeing those DC21s and those ART or ART foot controllers. Not dissimilar in size to that.
No, absolutely.
Very giggable.
Yes, very giggable. Keith, if cool means not having a good tune stability, colour me a fan of uncool. Rummy, I tried to donate a guitar to a school and it was nearly impossible. How interesting.
Really?
That's interesting.
We did that. We went to that event, didn't we? After NAMM, that
yes.
What are they called?
That was different. That was a tragedy that had happened. That was different, I think.
All I know is my kids' school, it's very easy to donate gear to. Very easy. Yeah, really easy. Rock up and say, "Here you go. I've got some guitars I'd like to give you." It's that simple. I don't, Rummy, I don't know where you're from, so don't know why it would be any more difficult than that, to be honest.
Funk bass. I don't have a Dumble, but I'm dumb and I do bumble. Nice. Very good. Very good. Keith, I donated a guitar to a local school, no problem at all. Interesting. Maybe it's a UK thing and not here. They just took it and said thanks very much.
Yeah. Lots of love going around here.
Bass. It was super legalistic. Oh, that's really interesting. I can imagine. I can imagine. I can imagine that there would be
because some people don't want to take stuff because they think it might be stolen.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then there's other stuff too, where I guess they're worried about the materials the thing's made out of, and especially probably in California, I would imagine, where there's a warning label and everything that says it causes cancer-related materials or whatever.
This guitar might cause fun.
Mm.
Oh, there it goes.
Here we go. Keith, there's also a bunch of music charities around outside of schools. Yes, that'd probably be a better way of doing it.
Who know how to get round the system.
Yes. CompuCorda 64, wasn't there a famous player that played a sawn-off Flying V?
Yes, Leslie West. He was playing Ed Roman, like mocked up like fake Steinbergers. He was making like a V-shaped body and had a Steinberger neck on it.
Oh, interesting.
Around here, you can't say Steinberger without going, Steinberger!
Every time. I remember seeing Leslie West with a Steinberger, and it made me go and buy a Steinberger because it was that was the turning point for sound for me, because he had such an amazing sound.
I wish I still had mine.
Yeah, me too. Me too. You only get shitty beaten up ones now that just look.
Yeah, and then if you get a remade one, like a what do they call it, retrofitted or whatever it is.
Yeah.
One guy does it and puts them up on Reverb, but they're like, he's asking $9,000 for them. And I'm like, and then you're stuck with double bull end strings.
Yeah.
Or you could buy the stupid adapter that goes on the the headpiece, but then that looks ridiculous. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Better off just buying a Stramberg or something.
Rummy says not any music charities near me. I'm sorry to hear that.
I'll put money on there are. Unless you're in Antarctica, there are music charities everywhere. Let us know where you are, Rummy, and we'll do our best to help.
These things are location dependent.
Again, agreed. We don't know where you are.
Yeah, but he said USA.
Yeah,
Keith, that's a shame. But I'm sure Gibson have the resource to find some and navigate the legal stuff.
Those, as we said, those days are past. So,
Funky says, anyone seen a Coldplay concert should lose their. Anyone seen at a Coldplay concert should lose their job. This attitude is why I have no friends. Very good. I quite like Coldplay.
I don't mind Coldplay. I just think it's been made a much bigger deal than it actually is. But some of the memes that have come off the back of it are hilarious.
You just go and it's just it was amazing, isn't it?
Well, it just goes to show you that rich people are stupid too.
Yeah. Yeah. Michael says, I can't think of anyone's guitar or guitarist name on my guitar except the obvious. The only person's guitar I ever wanted to own is Peter Greenscreen. Nice. Who doesn't want to own that?
Yeah. Gary Moore clearly didn't.
What?
Gary Moore clearly didn't because he got rid of it.
No, it got passed on when he died.
Was it? I thought he sold it to Kurt Hammett.
No, I think the estate did.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
I wouldn't want the responsibility insurance bill, says Keith.
There is that.
Yeah, these things are kept in vaults.
Yes.
Called at 64. Maybe it was Clapton's sawn off Gibson Explorer, but it seems Clapton didn't saw it. He thought it was a prototype, but the previous owner modded it. Probably a great guitar, but it looks meh. I don't know that guitar.
Yeah.
It's got short horns, I think.
I've never heard of it.
I thought when it was sawn off, I thought they meant the headstock. Like,
I
don't know.
I don't know. I don't know this guitar.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Didn't even know Clapton played an Explorer. Keith, I'm going to come in and out. I'll be 2 seconds.
Yeah, well done, Keith.
Funky Bass, you're so delayed I can't look at you. Flashback at my first divorce. First. Guitar Hoodlum. Remember, Les Paul modified all his Gibson Les Pauls. He was never satisfied with the standard Gibson fair. Interesting. I didn't know that as well. EVH had that Ibanez Destroyer that he chainsawed. It became the Sharp. Yes.
Yeah.
It did. And Vincent says, apologies for sending the pickup question twice. I didn't know you were going through line by line. Yes, we go through. So we try and get through every question in order. So, no problem.
3, 2, 1.
Willie. Well done, Willie. He said, I'm going to come in and out. I'll be 2 seconds. See, Willie's in for it as well.
Yeah.
Trust Willie. Willie says, I'm not a tremolo guy. Can never get the speed or blend right. you just have to play. Don't play to the speed of the tremolo. You've got to ignore the speed and get a sound that you like, hit a chord, get the tremolo in the right speed, in the speed that you like the sound of, and then just play. Yeah. And then just bring the depth back. If it's too much, bring the depth back in it, and then it just becomes a little warble effect at the background. Born, the True Iron plugin is a great transform plugin. There we go.
Yes, I've used that. It's great.
Copy recorder. Yep. I was going to say Kazrog True Iron, and it's cheap. 29 to 30, whatever.
Yeah.
God, do you have to talk about tape saturation anymore? It isn't the same as oh God, no, let's get on. Any more? Decker, no, he's not good. Decker says, hello all, nearly every artist have customized their own guitar. Look how many have their own pickups. Did Pete Green's guitar repair ruin his Greenie by putting the pickup out of phase? I wonder if that was a mistake or if that was
I think that's a mistake.
I think I read the article, the interview on that, and I think it was done as a mistake, but it just sounded cool and they just kept it.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yes.
Keith, Air Windows is very cool suite of free plugins. And Chris, who creates them, is bringing out new ones all the time. Many quite experimental. Nice.
Oh, okay, cool.
There. Here. Did you send any money, James? Oh yeah. So I get Willie's talking about the Rolling Stone magazine.
No, I didn't. I actually didn't. I had that moment of clarity before but I won't. So there were two things. I think it was $300 for a 6 month kind of rolling thing on their site. Then it was basically $300, $600, and $900. The thing that sent me the alarm bells was when I said, look, send me through your bank details and I'll do the transfer. And it turned out that the bank was to a person's name in Lithuania, not Rolling Stone's bank account in London or the States.
Sure.
At that point, alarm bells were ringing even more than they had been before. So while, yes, I'm an idiot and the whole kind of, wow, someone wants to write an article on me.
I get a copy of the Lithuanian Rolling Stone every month. I love it.
At that point, I went, it's going to go horribly wrong, isn't it, soon?
Yeah.
Even this afternoon, though, when I basically posted the link to the article and the guy, and I said, so what got to say about this? And he came back with, so if you still want to go ahead with the article, I'm like, no, you moron.
Unbelievable.
And the fact, the weirdest thing of all, the thing that got me going first was this person or persons would reply to my comments on the WhatsApp chat within minutes, any hour, day or night.
Yeah.
Which instantly made me think, you don't sleep, therefore you're not a person, you're a group of scammers. So yeah, no, I didn't send any money. I was not that stupid.
Graham, nice to see Jovis big organ on screen. It's the first big organ James ever had. Keith, having just said that you normally don't get stuff for free, James talks about some stuff he was offered for free.
At this point, I will say.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, but at this point, I will say, I paid for it. I did give them money to say thank you, because they could have given it for free, but I was not up for that because this thing has value. So
nice. Free is a decent Hammond plugin for cheapskates like me.
I've got some great Hammond plugins, but this sounds better.
It's not the same, is it?
No.
It's like a Rhodes as well. The Rhodes, you know.
I said to Jamie, if you could, and this is during the keyboard player on today's session, I said, if I could give you a Fender Rhodes, a Hammond, and a Steinway Grand, would you still play the keyboard? And he went, of course not. And I went, but why not? They're the same sound. He went, because they're not the same sound. They're not the same vibe, not the same feeling. That's why. Yeah.
Jeff says, I don't know if James expected thumbs and hearts when he posted the Hammond Leslie on Facebook, but I couldn't help giving it a laugh. It's a big thing. Dave, Hammond plus Leslie, godlike. There we go.
Yeah, it's a great noise
thing. Hey guys, good to be back on the show. Good to have you back, Sir Peeps. Lean Broomster says, hey guys, I bought my budget guitar, a Jet JS 850, really good guitar. Nice one. Yeah, they're good. Those Jets are great. Ronnie Pickering, first hit our screen 10 years ago. Do you know the Ronnie Pickering story, Vin?
Ronnie Pickering.
It's this guy that was driving around in. You don't have these cars, obviously, in the US, but it was a Citroen. What's the big Citroen? The people carrier Citroen, James. Citroen. You know the big SUV people carrier thing. You know the crap. You don't see them much anymore.
I was in England 10 years ago, and we rented a Citroen, but I don't.
It was probably that. It's probably that. It's like a little mini bus, very sort of mini bus. The least gangster thing you've ever seen,
right?
And basically, this motorcycle, this in a little moped comes past him, pulls in front of him, and this guy comes over and he starts swearing at him, and he basically the short of it is this guy's going, "Do you not know who I am? My name is Ronnie Pickering." To the motorcyclist, and the motorcyclist just going, "Who?" He said, "Ronnie Pickering," as if like you should know it. And it's really funny. You've got to watch it because it's all done in like a northern accent, and it's all real, but it's like this northern, and it's the guy's the least gangster person you could ever imagine. Anyway, it's well worth a watch.
Well, at least it wasn't like a Trotter's 3-wheel van, right?
Not dissimilar.
But,
not dissimilar.
Phil, it was Dennis Drum. You're absolutely right. It was absolutely Dennis Drum. Nice guy. Yes.
Michael, wait until the horse gets poked with the string ends. Very true.
Okay.
Vinny, I have had an app one, solid gigs for over 6 years, and I loved it until I got the Tonex for live work. Interesting.
Cool.
We'll get you a Tonex, Vinny.
I appreciate it.
I'm always impressed with what Dave Simpson could do with Orange Solid State. Yeah, Dave's great.
Hang on a second.
Where the hell have you been? Unbelievable. I bet he's just not doing anything. He's not putting the work in.
Hang on, he can type 17,000 words a second.
That's true. That's very true. Phil from 40 Watts says Gibson's only regret was hiring a company to destroy the guitars. That let their employees film it. Other companies destroy inventory all the time. Gibson was unfortunate that it got recorded. I didn't know that.
Yeah, because I suspect there's no one at Gibson who happens to have a JCB on hand.
Yeah, but it's interesting that it was just a strange thing that it was filmed.
Phil's right though. I know somebody that owns a large business with warehouse space, and sometimes they get an inventory that is not really worth storing because they base it on rent by space, how much money it is, and it's not cost effective to store because they need that space for other stuff. So they wind up either giving it away or junking it, depending on what it is.
There we go. Yeah,
I think so. We've got these guitars. How should we get rid of them? Oh, I know. Let's drive a digger over them. I mean, come on. That's a bit of a Barney Grumble kind of solution to it, isn't it? Surely
it was a little
come on in a skip and set light to them is the quick and easy way, isn't it? You don't I know, I've got a digger and I'll drive over him. That'll be a laugh. Someone will film it and put it on the internet.
Hey, Anton says Ronnie Pickering, Citra Picasso. There we go.
Yes.
It was a Citra Picasso. Cheers, Anton. Anyway, so good. It's so Vinny, you've got to watch it. It's so funny.
I'll check it out.
It's so funny, yeah. Phil from 40 Watt also says there's a big difference in donating a single guitar and trying to donate 1,000 guitars.
Yes, there is. Yes, and writing it off your books as a huge donation is a very different thing. I agree, Phil. Why don't you come on the bloody show and talk about it?
He's not under contract. He can do what he wants.
They could sell it as like relic pieces on Reverb, and then use that money to pay more lawyers when they do more lawsuits. It could be cost effective.
I would like that. I'd quite like that. I'd quite like it. Like one of those pieces of art where it's something that's actually been broken. I'd quite like that.
You got like Salvador Dali's watches, for example.
No, not the melted stuff, but actually like a physical thing that's been destroyed. Someone's done it with a guitar, I'm sure, where everything's sort of pinned in and it's almost like the shape of the thing.
Exploded art.
Like
yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
exploded. Yes.
Yeah.
Vincent says, evening all, how much is too much to pay for a guitar?
If you haven't got the money, it's too much.
That's an interesting question, though.
I have a personal cap out.
What's your personal cap out, Vin?
My personal cap out would be, I would say 4,500 to $5,000.
I think $5,000 would be my limit.
That's my cap out, and that depends if I got guitars to sell to make up the money for something that I really want. Like I would sell probably 2 or 3 or 4 guitars to buy a USA Tyler. But
so Jen and I were watching the auction. I took my wife out to lunch a little while ago, and she said, "What are you watching?" I said, "It was one of the first guitar auctions I was watching," and she said, "That's a '63 Strat. That's worth a lot of money." I said, "Yeah. If it goes for £16,000, that is a good price for that guitar." She went, "Should we invest?" I went, "No, because investing means you want to turn that money around at some point. And I would never want to sell that guitar.
Yeah.
I don't have $16,000 to put into an instrument to then go, I want to keep it."
Well, I think if that's something you really wanted, like your whole life, you want a '63 Strat or whatever it is that you want, and you got to sell whatever you got to do, or you make enough money just to buy it outright, whatever, and you're going to play it. Like I'm not talking about collectors. Collectors are a weird bunch, but I mean like you're going to play it, and you play it all the time as your main guitar. Like what's his face from that pedal show bought that vintage Strat, and he plays it all the time on the show, always, all the time.
Yeah,
you could see, well, then it's money well spent. It would be like somebody buying a boat and going fishing all the time, or
exactly
whatever it is, motorcycle or whatever. I understand that,
But I mean,
yeah.
But I couldn't take money that's not mine, and I include credit cards in that because it's my debt,
right?
It's not mine, and go, I want to buy this thing because I spent a lot more money on a drum kit, but I am a drummer. I think $4,500, $5,000 UK is about my limit on a guitar.
Yeah,
I think $5,000. $5,000. Hey, do you know what? Sorry, this is completely changing the subject, but I forgot I did something. We normally at the start of the show list about all the things we did that week.
Yeah.
So I saved a woman and a child in the sea. So I'm not boasting about this because there's a funny side of the story. So there was a woman and child paddleboarding that got caught in a riptide. Okay? She started screaming.
Mm-hmm.
So there's me, stupid, jump in. Basically get hold of the paddleboard and then bring the paddleboard in. Honestly, I was a hero in my household for about 5 minutes.
Hey!
After that 5 minutes, completely forgotten about, back to normal. But for 5 minutes.
So what did the lifeguards and the RNLI say? You were an absolute wally for jumping in.
I was a bit stupid, but anyway, no, there was none of them about anyway. But it's more that I thought I was going to be like, I thought that was it. I could go and buy a Superman T-shirt and just walk around being the hero for months. 5 minutes, I reckon.
You do know wives don't work like that, don't you?
Oh, well, I thought they would, but
No.
anyway.
The only time all the girls come out of their rooms around here to even see me is if the internet goes down.
or they want money.
They all come out like, hey, yeah. Hi. I live here too. You know?
There's your gold. Thanks. I'm doubting DSP wise between the FM3 and the FM9. Going for 80s rack tones with 1 or 2 comps, double chorusing, delay, reverb, and parallel, and 2 pieces. Okay, you're going to need the FM9.
Yes.
If you're going to be doing lots of stuff like that, you're going to need the FM9 or the Axe FX3. Can I suggest, if you're looking at spending the amount of money on an FM9, I would still recommend getting an Axe FX3, and I'll tell you why. Because the FM9, like all of these expensive floor units, Quad Cortex, the FM9 is even more than that. If that's on the floor and you get a pint spilled on that or whatever, water, it doesn't matter anything. I know, James, yeah. But we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
But with the Axe FX3, you can have like a MIDI foot controller. You can have the Axe FX3 in the rack. You stick it away. You can even put the cover on it, and the foot controller is then controlling it, as opposed to having a £2,000 unit on the floor. That to me. But go on, James. You can.
However, it was so many moons ago. I got friendly with a company who make really cool covers for lots of different gear. And it was one of those, I saw this and I thought, it's Mr. Drew's birthday. I'll send him the.
It wasn't.
I was a bit late.
Maybe that's my hero present.
Yeah, maybe.
Go.
It doesn't look very exciting, but that is by a company called Deck Saver. And it's the polycarbonate cover for the Quad Cortex.
But can I say you can't use the Quad Cortex with that on it?
No, you can't.
It's a dust cover.
Yeah, I've got the Deck Saver for the SSL. Oh, there it goes. SSL UF8 for the. They do one for both of the Blackmagic ATEMs. So stuff that you want to have protected from dust and stuff. And while I don't think that would make the Quad Cortex waterproof, if a pint got knocked over it during the band's break or whatever, I think it would survive a lot longer than it would do if a pint got poured straight into it.
Oh, without a doubt, without a doubt. But it's not designed to be used on a stage. That's designed to keep the dust off of things.
So there's no hole for the little foot switches?
No.
It's designed as a dust cover when you're not using it, really.
I thought that was, and I saw that, and I think it was about 40 quid, and I saw it and went, but you try breaking their stuff. It's not plastic, it's polycarbonate. There is no way you're breaking it.
I didn't know it was that much. Thanks, mate. That's very kind of you. And no, it's absolutely brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant.
It's one of those, I saw that and thought of you.
Thanks, mate. Well, thank you very much. And
they're a brilliant.
It's on there as we speak.
They're a brilliant company and they deserve a shout out because so when I bought my new DJ console, the Pioneer Flex 10, I bought the Deck Saver to go over the top of it, and then I put the flight case on top of that.
Nice.
So yeah, it's a really good thing. I've got loads of their stuff. It's really good. So Deck Saver.
Nice. Willie says Rummy been a right bummer. Where's Rummy been?
Don't know.
I have an idea. Hi, James and Paul. It's been a while. Just want to say hi. I hope you well. And you, Ivan. I hope everything's good.
Yeah.
Keith, I Coldplay the new Nickelback. I think Coldplay probably are.
Yes. Yeah, they probably are.
Aren't they? Isn't that true? It's funny how hated Chris Martin is. And I don't know why.
But that's the English thing, isn't it? We love the underdog. We don't love the successful.
Maybe, yeah.
We don't love the successful thing. We love
the
underdog.
Nickelback are universally. I mean, and I guess Chad Kroger has done some stupid things in the past, but they're universally not liked, I guess. Even though talented band, great songwriters and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, bizarre one though.
Yeah.
Very bizarre. I'm not going to put. Let me put that one out. There we go.
Did we miss one? Yeah, okay, Jeff. I've just realised that Paul's wearing glasses. You usually struggle to read the chat, but not now. It took me years to finally come to wearing glasses. A real eye opener. No, I've been wearing glasses for ages, but my eyes over the last 6 months have deteriorated like crazy.
I hate to say it, but I'm the new one to wearing specs.
Yeah, I got
I'm.
Yeah, check out Vinny's ones. Vinny's ones are weird. They join in the middle.
Yeah, they're magnetic.
They're like Oh, I think he's got those, doesn't he? Production expert, Canadian guy. Eli has got join in the middle ones.
Yeah, these are handy because they don't like hang down low. And
Yeah,
they don't, you could just put them on and whatever.
Yeah,
The kids make fun of me. They say they're my old lady glasses. I'm like, whatever. I'm like, you like electricity? Shut up.
Yeah.
Unplugged the internet for a while.
Yeah.
Copy Caller 64. Leslie West was amazing. I think when I picture him, I think of Gibson Les Paul Jr. at Woodstock. Oh, I'm a big Les Paul Special Jr. and P90 fan too. One of my favorites. Prefer them to Les Paul standards. I do now, to be honest. Yeah, I'm with it.
Sorry, I had a really, really bad taste joke lined up then, and I'm not going to say it now. It's something to do with someone of the surname West, and I was going to make a joke. No, stop myself. I'm not doing that. Not this week.
There's an amazing documentary on Netflix about that.
There is. Yes.
Absolutely fascinating.
Yeah.
Bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Anyway, Vincent Brent, Espace. No, it wasn't the Espace.
No,
it was
the Picasso.
Picasso. But thanks. Yeah, the Espace was the old Picasso.
Yes, Espace was the classy one.
Phil from 40 Watt, he said, I would have joined, but I'm late and I think the link is long gone in the chat
sake, man. Just it's there.
No, Benny's putting the effort in, Phil. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Benny was here before early doors. I'm really sorry, Travis, but I don't think we did that.
I joined at like 10 a.m. Eastern time. I was waiting.
It was that exciting. Cheers, Travis. Sorry, mate. We missed this. Thank you so much for your super chat. That's very kind of you, mate. He says, here he is. He's in. Should we get him in now?
No,
because
we can wait.
Make him
sweat.
No.
Really good, because he can answer this, can't he?
Yes, because he'd be really good at answering this. Here he is.
Some of us have jobs, gentlemen.
So do we.
Priorities.
Some of us work for a living and can't just jump in a chat. But I heard y'all dissing on Gibson, and I knew I had to jump in here. Hold on, we're gonna back up because we're gonna talk about Travis's, but I'm gonna back y'all up. Companies destroy inventory all the time for tax purposes because you're taxed on inventory you hold when the new year crosses over. And if it's guitars you aren't going to sell because you've discontinued the line, you found them faulty or whatever it is, they destroy the inventory. They didn't pick the method of destruction. The company contracted to destroy them did. Gibson didn't say, hey, go run these over with an excavator. They said, we're going to pay you to get rid of these guitars from our inventory. Please take care of it.
So why? And I wasn't bagging on Gibson. I love Gibson. So, but anyway.
Well, it's okay to bag on them. They earn a lot of it too. Don't get me wrong.
So why? What is the reason for? What is the legality reason for having to destroy it as opposed to giving to a charity or a school or something? What
so there's a few reasons. The tax that they were going to have to pay on the inventory is part of the problem. Inventory space is the other. The other is, like I said,
the employees to even pull that off.
Yeah, you've got to pay staff now to process and get rid of all this inventory, and then you're not going to find a single entity to take 1,000 guitars off your hands, or however many it was, because it was a lot. We've all seen the video. Yeah. If they were just trying to donate 100 guitars to local charities in Nashville, that's fine. But by the time you start looking for enough charities and schools to donate 1,000 guitars, you've got a box, ship, warranty.
Wow.
You've got to there's costs associated with donating those guitars at that level that don't make any sense when you don't stand by this design anymore. Because they were bad guitars.
Sorry, Phil, I missed your message.
You're good. You're good. I know you never
Well,
messaged.
the electronics inside them were when they weren't bad. They were just
It wasn't
just
good.
Didn't sell. They just
But
didn't sell.
Fender used to do the same thing, probably still does, and we just don't hear about it. Gibson does the same thing. Anyone's producing anything at a significant amount like that, where they end up with unsold inventory at the end of the year. Why do you think you see Christmas sales? These companies don't care about Christmas. They care about unloading all their backlog of stuff sitting in a warehouse because they're going to get taxed on it.
But surely they could have given those guitars to or sold those guitars for $100 each to Guitar Center.
Well, then you start talking about marketing. Then you start talking about value of your brand. Then you start talking about things you stand behind and things you're willing to put your name on. And I think that model lost Gibson's willingness to put their name on it and stand behind it. So they didn't want another however many of those there were out in the marketplace with their name.
And then the forums light up and everything else that they're garbage.
It is a shame. It is a shame the way that was done, and then the way it was portrayed, as opposed to
Gibson, because they are. What y'all just say about loving the underdog story? It's the British way. People don't like Gibson because they're never the underdog.
No.
Yeah.
So
no matter what they would have said at that point, everyone would have gone, "Oh, they're just saying that because
there's no win."
Yeah,
there's no win for Gibson in it. So what they've learned they have to do, they have to take their licks and they have to keep going, because they're going to do things everyone else is doing, and they're going to get flack for it that other people don't get.
A guy that Paul and I used to work for used to have a phrase, and I don't necessarily like a lot of his phrases, but this one works. Fires fail through lack of fuel. If you just shut up about it, it goes away.
Yeah.
That's
very
it.
True. Hey, and by the way, I love Gibson.
Yeah.
I absolutely. Well, we both do. We both do.
We should say we love the guitars. They make some boneheaded decisions. I'm not saying they don't. Anyway,
the robot tuner thing was awesome.
I want the Mesa Boogie C++.
Yeah, me too. Too bad they're limited edition and sold out before they even announced them.
I can't believe we so wanted one. We so wanted one.
I know a couple of people who managed to snag them.
Chris, Mr. Chris Boone, if you're watching, which you will at some point today or tomorrow, hopefully.
We take back everything we said about Gibson, but please.
I've never said anything bad about Gibson.
Yeah, we did. We just spent the last 10 minutes defending them in a kind of flagging off.
Chris, you heard me. You heard where I stand on this. Chris, you see this rack behind me. You see this rack. I will happily take one of those off your inventory for you.
We would James and I want to review one of. I want to review that amp. That amp is the greatest.
That amp into the Tuba 12 sounded just freaking
unbelievable. It was. That was a highlight in the amp for me. That was. Anyway.
Phil, help us out, please.
Yeah. Okay. The cap for amplifiers, like cost cap.
Yeah.
The cost for cap for amplifiers is the same as guitars. It's identical. It is. What can you spend without risking your livelihood, and how much is it worth to you to have the exact thing you want? Some people, bless them, I wish I were them, are completely content playing a Helix modeler, and they sell all their amps and they're okay, and that's good enough for them because for what they do, that makes them excited. It doesn't for me. And so, same as much as I love the Axe effects, I love this thing. It's never going to replace amplifiers for me. And I like certain amplifiers. I love 2-Rock amps. It's not about cost. It's about sound. And so you have to decide, how much can I afford? How much extra work am I willing to do to afford more? Because you're going to run out of, you're never going to run out of ways to work to make more money if you want it bad enough. But you have to just decide, how much is too much in my situation? Am I taking food out of my family's mouth? Am I taking food out of my own mouth? Am I going to not be able to do things that need to get done for this thing I want to do?
I'll be honest. I've just bought a new amp.
What did you get?
I've ordered a new amp.
Obviously not a Mesa Mark II C++.
No.
I want that.
back at NAM in January, Paul and I got in to the hall the afternoon before we should have done. Sorry. NAM.
Oh yeah.
And in there, the beautiful people from Valiant Guitars, who, you know, we are both exponents of their beautiful instruments.
Oh yeah.
Paul's about to. No, he's not. Yes, he is.
I'm just working while something's not doing something. Sorry.
And Mario from Tube Workshop was demoing with those guys, and he had a little thing called the Single Six, which is an amplifier that's based on a French railway network
PA
amplifier. And I plugged it in and went, oh my good God, this is just the most fabulous thing I've ever heard. I want one. And then promptly, through the excitement of NAMM, forgot all about it until Mario last week said, just do one of those amps. I've got a few in the works. I can do another one. And I went, yes, I do. Because it was one of those moments at NAMM where I went, oh my God, that's one of the favorite things I've plugged into and heard in a long time. So I've ordered one. 10-week lead time. Be here by end of September-ish. Hopefully before or maybe just after Guitar Summit.
Yeah.
We should have asked Mario to do one of his wooden boxes.
He said you can have whatever you like. And I went, at some point, finance has to kick in, but I think I've chosen a really cool color and a really cool color for the grill. And I'm not going to tell you what they are, but I think you're going to like it.
Interesting. Okay. Nice.
Yeah. I've been talking to Mario a little bit lately. I'm not ready to order any amps or anything, but trying to find him, trying to get him in some US hands. And unfortunately, he had a bunch of amps over here that were supposed to be demo units, but some jerk bought them all.
I know that is awesome.
There are worse problems to have,
There
aren't
are
there?
worse. That's what I said. Well, there are worse things that could have happened.
Yeah. He's also a big Disney and Hollywood film scorer, so he's doing all right.
He's doing okay.
Yeah.
So Travis, I'm sorry I didn't give you a number on the amps thing. It's because I can't decide what your number is.
If you and this is not bigging up what Paul or I or any of us do, but if on a week to week basis you just scrape by, don't buy any amps.
Yeah.
If you have money in the bank and you think to do a thing or to spend on your hobby, or then
I personally don't think Travis is asking for himself. I'm thinking he's saying
in general,
with the components, with the stuff that goes into an amp and the build and all that sort of stuff, what is the maximum cap that should be a price of an amp?
Oh,
I still can't answer that question.
Okay.
The real reason is, and I have this conversation all the time, I even have a video over on my channel that says you can't be ripped off on guitar pedals. It was during some of the talk about the JHS, the Nada Dumble, and people talking about being ripped off. I think that's what it was. Anyway, you literally can't be ripped off. I don't care if somebody tries to sell you. People make this argument, literally tries to sell you $20 worth of parts and charge you $10,000. If you pay it, you didn't get ripped off unless you were sold something that you were told it was something else.
Yeah.
Because you bought a luxury good. Guitar luxury goods.
Yeah. It's really hard. It's really hard because
I'm sorry.
No, so it's really hard because we live in financially challenging times. We just do. And yet the internet might look on what the four of us do and go, hang on, they're spending shitloads of money on guitars and amps and stuff. And it might be perceived that we make an absolute truckload of cash from YouTube videos or whatever. I promise you, and Paul will say exactly the same at this point, we don't. but our families have never gone hungry because we've bought an amp or a guitar or a pet.
Well,
No, I'm fairly
Yeah,
confident. At no point. My two are on a growing spurt at the moment, and they're eating us out of house and freaking home. But I'm pretty sure there's still food in the fridge, and
the youngest one just got braces.
Oh,
So that's just second one in the household. So it's just,
whatever that means, because the Americans do that as a matter of course.
I was about to say, these guys, that just gets paid for. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's covered.
Yeah, well, up to us. Yeah, if it's bad enough.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing about it. That's the thing about you guys, is your teeth are fantastic, but our teeth get dealt with if they're bad enough. If they're not bad enough, then the National Health Service goes, not bad enough.
Yeah.
well,
Anyway, let's move on, because otherwise I'm going to end up.
Keep going.
Ben, did you want to say something as well? Did you want to give your opinion on the
Oh,
amps
I was
and
just
stuff?
going to say that just be realistic about what you're going to do with said amp.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I'm very realistic about my guitar playing. I am not the greatest guitar player in the world by any stretch of the imagination. Not at all. Sometimes I'm hard on myself, like own worst critic, and go, do I really need this amp? I can barely play the damn thing. So I kind of, and then I realized that I don't play in a band. I don't play out anywhere. So sometimes even for me to buy a multi-effects unit with a floor control is just kind of like, and what do I need this for? You know, even though I like pedals, I enjoy mixing and matching and stuff. Sometimes I try to get realistic about things. Like when Paul was just talking, I was thinking to myself, when he talked about the rack version of the Axe effects, I'm thinking, you know what, man, that actually might serve me better, because I have my sidecar here. I could rack mount it and buy a floor controller maybe, or put it on my shelf or something. And that might work better for me than buying a multi-processor for the floor. So just trying to be realistic about, if you're going to use it, what are you using it for? Are you of that caliber where is it beneficial? I just think that's part of it sometimes.
there is also the element of in all of us that goes, course I want the greatest, best, loudest, shoutiest thing.
Yeah.
We are human after all.
But then you haven't got an excuse, have you? If you're going, I want a Two Rock amp because it's the best Fender Dumbly style amp that you can buy, and then you get it, because. And then you get it. You haven't got an excuse if you don't sound good through it. It's like, okay, I don't sound good through this. I've got to work on this. Maybe that's it.
You set me up for a line against Phil, but I've never actually heard Phil play guitar, so it wasn't the right time. But it was
I gig every weekend, so
and the other thing I was thinking of too is I have a ton of pedals. I have lots of pedals all over the place. Probably not as much as Paul or James, but. Or even, I don't even want to know what Phil's got, because he looks packed up there. But all I'm saying is I'm like, oh, I want a multi-effects unit so I can get that cool sound. And then I watch a famous guitar player play 3 pedals that was like a Boss pedal, like the good old faithful ones, and sound just as good as somebody playing a rack unit somewhere. And I'm thinking, do I really need this when I have all this other crap here? So I don't know.
If you ever want that comparison, just listen to Nuno.
Yeah, no.
And no, it's one pedal and an amp, and that's all you need to.
Well, even just basic pedals. I watched Andy Timmons play at Sweetwater with a stripped down version of his regular board that they put together for him there for the episode, and he wasn't playing through anything exotic at all, and he sounded like $1 million, as he does.
I'm going to be the contrarian. I'm going to be the contrarian to all three of you. None of this is about need. There's no part of what we do that's about need. Every bit of this is about want. If you want it and you can afford it and it makes you happy, get it. That's the rules. Don't let anyone else tell you shouldn't have it. Don't let you or yourself tell yourself you're not good enough to have it. If you want it and I can afford it, if you turn it on once a year, I don't care. I'm never going to fault you for having it because you wanted it. If it makes you happy to have it, do it. There are obviously some extreme ends of this, which is where y'all are cautioning. You're like, don't get to the extreme ends. But I would rather say that is the rule. And then if you end up being in that exception where things get too much at the other end, you deal with that on a separate note.
The only other thing I'm going to say on this is, and Paul will agree with me, and I know this is the reason Paul primarily buys guitars with a G on the headstock or an F on the headstock. If you buy quality kit, you can always sell it.
Yeah.
If you buy junk,
It's firewood.
It is firewood, or it is. I mean, as much as we joke about Lee and his penchant for Chinese tech, even he will testify to the fact that if he's tried to sell it on, it's worth peanuts. If you buy an Axe FX, it is still worth good money if you want to sell it. Or if you buy a 2-rock or a a high watt or a 5150, whatever, it's still worth good money if you come to sell it. Buy good, don't buy junk.
I mean, I have the guitars I have them not because I make a lot of money. I have them because you're talking 30 years of trading up.
Yeah.
Trading up, buying, selling, trading, and then you wind up getting to a tier where you're kind of like, where do you go from here kind of type of deal.
When Paul and I first started doing this,
all of us are like that, especially Phil. I think Phil, you're the same, aren't you? You're a trader and you buy and sell and stuff, and
all the time. I don't get me wrong. You know what you're staring at in this room is 25, 26 years of buying and selling, trading up, trading around.
Yeah.
I've lost money on some deals. Don't get me wrong, and sometimes I'm okay with that. But I'm just gonna be honest. Most of the time, I made money. I used to make all of my spare spending money in college by going to pawn shops and reading trade magazines and finding things that I knew I could flip for more money.
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
And I mean, everyone goes, "Oh my God, your microphone collection." I know it's not necessarily this is not the place for that, but how come you got so many mics? I said, well, because the opportunity came up to flip X for Y. And guitars. I mean, my guitar collection is not anything like the level of Paul's or yours, Phil. But I've got the stuff I want, and every so often something will come in, and I'll shift something on. Yeah. That's the way it works. It wasn't something I started 10 minutes ago. It's been a lifetime of acquisition.
Yeah, I've got the newest Les Paul, which is such a ridiculous freaking statement, that I bought because it was a good deal, knowing that I'm going to have to sell 3 guitars to fund this.
Right. I get it.
I do it. And to make me, I'm at a point now where, like, if something, it makes me want to sell things to get it, it's a significant piece of kit.
Yeah. My other view, and we'll move on from in a minute, I promise you, is if you haven't touched it in 6 months, you don't need it.
Once again, it's not about need. None of it's about need.
But in this space, if I haven't, so for example, Paul swapped the Grossman cabinet with me for a while ago. It sat in that corner and has not been touched or even played through since I moved into this building.
Oh yeah.
Therefore, it needs to go.
You're not using it in your profession. That makes more sense for the average just guy who wants a guitar and an amp. Buy the thing of your dreams. If that's going to be your amp and what you have that sits in your bedroom for the 15 minutes a week you have time to turn it on and play, and that makes you happy, get that thing.
Yeah, buy the best thing you can afford and that you want. So you don't have to buy 7,000 of something.
Buy once, cry once.
Yeah.
It's like I want a Porsche 911, but I don't want to pay for the $600 oil changes.
Oh, I'd love a 911. Michael, how much would you pay?
Mercedes, haven't you?
Very good. Very good. Very good. Michael says, how much would you pay to have a guitar built the way you want it? I've built guitars myself from hollow body. Wow, from hollow body arch stops to solid bodies. Blood and sweat and money and knowledge and tools. I think I've always had guitars built by obscure builders, and I've never been happy.
Amen. Also, I think there should be somebody running a service for anyone that wants to get a custom guitar built that just runs interference and says you don't actually want every bell and whistle. You don't.
Yes.
Stop.
He sat there. Remember what happened with a certain well-known grey guitar?
The only thing I could say as an import would be if you wanted to get something basic. I shouldn't say basic, but Kiesel makes a really good guitar. I bought many Carvins, but my takeaway after owning probably 50 of them, I think, is that if I was going to have them build me something that I really wanted, and I wasn't worried about name brand, right? Because sometimes people will go to Kiesel because they don't want to spend the money on the Gibson, so they'll buy the Kiesel single cut. But you're never going to be happy because it's not the Gibson. But if you're okay with that, I would suggest you buy the pickups that you like and send them the pickups and the electronics that you want installed and let them do that when it's built, because they use certain size pots. They use their own pickups. Sometimes the legs on those pickups are not the right distance. They're screws. They got the 2 screws on the base side, which is a pain in the neck. Like, have them build it with your electronics that you want from the ground up. And then I think you'd probably be pretty happy. I mean, because they do have good quality control. And I have to say, I've never really got a bad guitar from them. You know, anything bad was because I picked a stupid option.
Yeah. And,
you know,
and
like,
it's not the company that was bad. It was, you ended up picking something you thought you would like and you ended up not, because some people throw everything in a guitar. I don't think there's such a thing as the everything guitar.
Yeah. Matter of fact, like the reverse headstock on my V, which is
Mhm.
the old school headstock. I don't know if people could see it there, but
Yeah.
I built a DC 125 Carvin years ago and had them put a Wilkinson trem on it. And that damn thing would not stay in tune because of the drastic angle of those strings in that reverse headstock. It was the dumbest spec mistake that I made. Now, if it was a Floyd Rose with a locking clamp, it would have been no problem. But because I picked that, it was never going to be this perfect tremolo that always goes back to pitch because of just physics.
Yeah. I feel like everyone who gets a custom guitar built ends up with something resembling the Fender Triplecaster.
Yeah, he definitely messed up with that one.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm glad Jack enjoys it, but there's way too much thrown into that pot. And as someone who has lived in Mississippi most of my life and close enough to Louisiana that I get a lot of gumbo in my life, you can screw up a gumbo by putting too much in it.
So true. Okay, right, we are Michael,
well,
please forgive us. We've got Michael waiting in the chat. Michael, please forgive us, but because we are half an hour already over time, mate, do you mind if we do this next week? Is that all right? Just give us a thumbs up. Thanks, mate. All right, mate, we'll see you next week. Yeah, thanks again, Michael. Right, so we've got to get through these. So Jeff, the winner of every auction has automatically paid too much because it's more than anyone else would pay. That's very astute, I would say.
It's an interesting view. I'll leave it at that. That's an interesting view. I don't know that I agree, but I also can't voice a disagreement.
James, I'm coming in and out again for some reason. I'm so behind, so I'm coming in and out again.
Coming in and out again. Amazing. Sorry, Jeff. I think you're wrong. I've paid way cheaper on stuff than I would have done had I not bought it at an auction. Sorry, just put that one out there.
Yeah.
I'm back.
YouTube One says we just had a celebrity drowned on vacation in Costa Rica, Riptide. You did a great thing, Paul. Swim sideways to get out of it. Yes,
I'm sure that's absolutely tragic, and I'm sure the Riptide that was in Costa Rica was far worse than what I was involved in. So, but thank you. Yes, and sorry for the family that obviously lost someone.
Yes,
Keith. Sergio Gold, wrap whatever you get in cling film. I usually went to a gig in a dodgy bar in Singapore with a guitar player wrapped his pedal board in cling film. Genius.
Although
would it get hot?
I remember doing a gig and on the bill were a band called Rush Me Under, and their singer lifted up his guitar to do a kind of behind the head thing, and he was wearing nothing but cling film. So don't wrap everything in cling film because that's not a good thing.
Definitely not that. Campigord 4 to 5 will be the limit for me. Although my main guitar, a Stephen Hill Concert Classical, was 4K when I bought it, but now they're pushing 9K on a waiting list. Might sell a bunch for Collins. Yeah, I think some guitars, you know, like Gibsons tend to go up in value.
Collings at least hold their value.
Collins hold the value, yeah. You know, there's certain guitars that definitely, you know, Fenders, Gibsons, Collins, Sirs, even if you look at the more modern stuff, tend to hold their value.
Don't look at PRS if you want a guitar that holds value.
PRS is like we were talking with the Nags. They just do that and they do that. And it's like that all the time. You kind of look at the Reverb graph, whatever.
When I sold that SAS that I had, which was a great guitar, but again, it's one of those I never really bonded with it. I never really got it. I was offered, you know, having paid $12.70 for it, which is not a huge number by any stretch for that guitar. I think I was offered like 500 quid for it at one point. I'm like, politely, no, I don't need to sell it that badly.
Yeah. By the way, we really need to get through these, don't we?
Moving on.
Vincent, is the Flying V the perfect guitar for keeping a hostile audience at distance? Good question. Go on, Phil. What is it?
I've seen too many videos of people slinging Les Pauls. There's a great story I heard from a guy used to be on a forum with. He played in a band in LA in the 80s. You know, he had a 1970s Gibson Les Paul custom. And this, for whatever reason, this dude tried to climb the stage to come after him. I don't know if he said something. I don't know if he, you know, dated another guy's girl. I don't know. But dude's coming up as he's climbing the stage. He just puts his hand behind that Les Paul and
nicely done.
Across dude's forehead. I'm guarantee he didn't wake up. Not that day.
It was probably still in tune.
Yeah, it's probably still in tune.
I think a Telecaster. And there's a Keith Richards thing where someone comes on the stage and he's spinning around.
I've seen that clip too. Yeah.
Chad Willie says Chad Kroger has done some stupid things in the past. That's no way to talk about Avril Lavigne. Very good.
But
I think he was punching. I think he was punching above his weight with that.
Well above his weight.
Yeah. Pez, greetings, gents. Greetings, Pez. Sorry, James. It's my fault. I'm taking. Sorry. SRW says Carvin Legacy 300 watt. Have you guys ever played through one? And
yes,
I haven't.
I have.
Yes, loved
what do you think?
It's loud. It's a loud amp.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Not my thing.
Loud and good. I enjoyed it.
Basil, not sure how that makes it not a terrible practice. I think we're talking about the Gibson.
Yep.
God, we're that far behind. Damn.
There's just not that many. You're good.
Gary, Chris Martin from Coldplay always got some sort of vibration pack for deaf people at his gigs. He only has about 5 because they're so expensive. I don't know any other artist that does that. I didn't know that. What's that? Some sort of vibration pack?
I don't know.
Don't know what that means, but it sounds good.
Yeah. Recorder, Travis Niles with amps. It probably stretched to 4.5k. A second-hand Two-Rock Studio signature on matches DC30, but I have to sell on my others.
If you're paying 4.5k for a second-hand Two-Rock Studio signature, you need to shop better.
Yeah.
Likewise for a DC30. I mean, I picked that matchless Independence 35 up for 1,800 quid.
Yeah, the DC30 goes for a little more, but not that much used.
Yeah.
Basil, there's no defense of obscene waste.
True.
No defense.
I will say this. I'm not defending it. I'm stating that we should not disproportionately chastise Gibson for it.
It comes out of money and business sense.
Yeah, it's an industry thing. You got to make financial sense too.
Yeah.
Cowboy Dude from Yellowstone. Oh, I wonder if he is actually from a Cowboy Dude from Yellowstone. That's really cool. Can I ask you something, bro? Do you cuss?
Hell yeah.
I try not. I think it was me because I danced around a cuss word. I try not to because YouTube pays attention to that and will push the stream less. And this isn't my stream, so I want to make sure it gets seen. So click the like button, cowboy.
That's very decent, Phil. I wouldn't worry too much. I mean, if you listen to Glenn Fricker, I mean, you know, or Henry.
That's true. That's true.
Jeff, based on a retail price in Australia in Australian dollars, I'd have a 20k rig just by plugging my custom stereo into the Bagcat Era 30 when it eventually gets here. That's probably my cap. That's my money in that.
But
Yeah.
Australian dollars are made up.
It is a bit. It is. You always look at the price and you go straight. You go, how much? And you go, actually, well, it's double what.
Yeah.
What it is. Vincent, I've ordered a Pearson Hyper B. Anyone tried one? I don't know what a Hyper B is. Anyone
Me
know?
either. No idea.
Okay. It's 22:12. Time for bed. Cheers. Cheers, Willie. Get to bed. Lol, I wish my teeth were beautiful. Cheers, Wes. Dave, sorry, my fault. They're on later than usual. It's all right, mate.
No, it's mine.
Top Low Telly, new Sparkle Green Firefly FFST is killing. Nice.
Nice.
And he always uses Halo pedal, yes. And he makes it sound glorious. He's so good, isn't he? Wes, go ahead, buy that two-row wet, dry, wet rig. Yes, nice.
Nice.
I've done that. It's real killer.
I bet it is. What, 3 2-rocks? Have you done that?
I have 4.
Oh, shit.
Don't tell me you cart those to a blues pub gig type thing, because if you did, I'd just.
I'm coming over to visit, Phil.
This is my rig for my gigs this weekend. It's
Nice.
a TS1 and a 410.
I'd like to at some point talk about that. I talk about your 2-rock rigs and with all the different models and stuff. But
Yeah.
we'll leave that for another week. I'd really like to do that. Keith, is that Les Paul stayed in tune after smacking someone in the head? It's probably the first time Les Paul stayed in tune.
You know what? I've had Les Pauls that stay in tune no matter what, and I've had some that don't, and it comes down to the nut.
Yep.
If the
Yeah,
nut
every
is not
single
put
time.
correctly,
Yeah.
it's done.
Mine stay in tune. So,
Mine is over there, and I guarantee it's still in tune.
It's the nut.
Yeah.
Those
I'd
drastic
almost
angles.
guarantee that the Chibson over there is in tune as well.
for what it's worth, Keith, it was a great joke though, but we got defensive.
Wes, wow. Feels across it. Australia's actually made up according to some. Australia is actually made up according to some.
You know, my podcast, the three most listened to cities for my podcast are Brisbane, Sydney, and Melbourne.
There we go.
I wonder.
So, and
That's
on
cool.
that note, if you can go and check out 40 Watt Podcast, Phil does this most weeks. When I say most weeks,
Yeah.
sometimes the
Got a
podcasts
new
don't-
episode on Friday.
Nice.
Nice.
I really enjoyed the one with Zach.
Yeah,
the
modding episode.
That was good.
However,
Hold on, and Vinny as well. Go and check out Vinny's channel. Sorry, James. Yeah, no, and yes, I know I'm doing the important people first. Go and Vinnie the Axe and James Jiver Talk Tech. Go and check out their channels. All awesome. Anyway, sorry, James.
Also go to Jivey.
Stupid comment of the week.
I talked
I
over
mean-
the jingle.
there have been so many this week. I mean,
So many.
Paul has ignited the internet in a whole new level.
Look, his
Um,
new video. I literally opened it, and the first thing I see is a PRS being bounced on the ground. I was like, "Let's fucking go!"
I wasn't even going to do that. I wasn't even because I thought I saw the footage that I filmed. And I was like, do you know what? That's a bit too much. And then I went, no, fuck it.
No, it's not. Do it.
no.
It's
Yeah.
my guitar. I can do with it whatever the
Exactly.
I want. This is the one.
Chris was on earlier. Chris, now imagine if I did that to your shiny Mercedes or whatever car you own, and I put, well, that'll be criminal damage. I could do it, but not you, which is true. No one's gonna do it to- yeah, no one's going to do it to her. And it's someone else sent me a message recently. Or
Wait.
comment.
Show it again. I want y'all to realize this. Look at the response 0 seconds ago. He responded and immediately screenshot that because he knew that would be the stupid comment of the week.
That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. Exactly.
In the States, you got a lot of guys that have these old trucks and stuff, and they look all worn, like these rat rods and stuff that they got, and they keep the patina of the rust on there and clear over it. It's kind of the same thing as a relic guitar. It's the same idea,
And yet the French, and this is not having a go at the French, but it's more a statement of fact about the French and their cars. The French will drive a car until it actually falls apart around them. They have no car pride whatsoever. I don't know about the analogy to guitars, but that was
Stupid comment of the week.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome
I mean-
stuff. Right.
I mean, we haven't done a show that's over 2.5 hours since we did the one with Jack Duxbury.
Oh, that was funny. That was great with Jack. That
I
was
mean,
good.
and I think we've probably upset nearly as many people as we did that night.
Yeah, Jack. Yeah, Jack wasn't scared about saying controversial things.
No, he's not. Ladies and gentlemen, please would you put your hands together and welcome and thank
Jesus.
our guests, Phil from 40 Oil Podcast, Vinnie the Axe, my fellow co-host and studio rat, Mr. Paul Drew,
Hi, Vinny.
and me. And we will be back next week. Has it been 2.5 hours? Says Michael Henderson. Yes, it really has. And we'll be back next week with more of the same. We'll see who Paul can offend this week. Maybe it's my turn. See who I can wind up. But have a great week, everyone. Stay safe. Gig well. Enjoy your solid state amps, your valve amps, whatever it is you're playing through, your modelers, your whatever. Enjoy it. Make some great noise, and we'll see you again very soon.
We're going to go on another 40 minutes now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.